Hey, it's a different show, everybody. We're doing a watch along tonight. It's going to be so exciting. I can hardly contain myself.
I'm Don Wayne.
He's a neckbeard psychologist. He's a neckbeard psychologist from Twitter. Just step right in, Don. Why you got to take away everything that I love? Are we starting out? We're starting right out of the gate, out of the chute. Or we have to take it all away from you. My name is Johnny Bottles. Where's the medicine, Bubba? Is my tag. I'm the Hot Pockets impresario. And to my left over here is the great Don Wayne. He's a neckbeard psychologist from Twitter. You know him, you love him. You can't live without him. I can't, Donnie.
This is gonna be fun tonight. I hope we have a good time. This is supposed to be their pay-per-view on AEW. I mean, their pay-per-view presentation on cable television. I want to thank everybody for joining on the watch along. I know a lot of you guys really enjoyed it, and gals. We appreciate your support.
Yes.
We're on the way to 1,000. I believe we might have crossed 1,000 subscribers today. So I want to thank everybody for their efforts on that. It's been a concentrated effort. Thank you all so much. There was some wrestling this week I wanted to cover real quick before we got into this watch along tonight. That's going to be interesting for me. I've changed cable subscribers, so I'm pretty excited about this.
And I've changed cable subscribers, and I went back to my old cable subscriber. And Don is now a card-carrying member of YouTube TV.
Right now I am. Hey, you want to mute that while we do this before the show comes on? Just maybe before we kick this off? Because there's something I got to ask you about, because I got some problems right now.
With what, Don?
Did you turn it up or mute it? I'm not sure what's going over there.
I don't know, Don. I don't know.
The WWE Raw was this week, and it was a lackluster show. It was not particularly strong, and my worst nightmare came true. Jey Uso is the new Intercontinental Champion.
Yes,
and I'm not really sure. I know a lot of people like him. A lot of people love to do the yeets. I'm not a fan of his in-ring work as of late. I think his entrance is over. And then after that, I'm not really sure what I'm seeing, to be quite honest. I'm not the biggest fan of it personally. I don't understand why Braun Breaker is the interim or the interim champion to carry it over to Uso. It seems like now there's only one heel in this company now that's in the men's division that has a title. Am I correct in that?
That would be Gunther. Yes.
And Gunther's doing some of his best work, by the way, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Absolutely. Go ahead. You've got something to say, Don. You've got a lot of fire behind it. Let it out.
I don't understand why Jey Uso is a champion when right now Braun Breaker is getting over big time. He asks if there's any dogs in the house. They go crazy. The fans erupt. They lose their mind. They start barking. Everything about this guy's charisma feels real to me. It doesn't feel like it's manufactured. The fans genuinely like him. I know they like Jey Uso too, but to me, just me personally, I don't know if this was a reward. Way to go, buddy. You've been here a long time. But it just feels off to me to make him the Intercontinental Champion after Braun Breaker had it for what? Less than a month even? Maybe a month and a half?
They said 55 days, Don. 55 days. That's what they claim. I'll tell you why they did it. He was a heel when in his later run in NXT. First, he was a face. Then, as they do down in NXT, well, you got to be able to work face and heel in WWE. We're going to turn you heel on your way out the door here. And he was great as a heel. Fantastic. So Shawn Michaels said, we're going to let this guy run for a while. He didn't want to give him up. Because who would? If you have a wrestling promotion, I don't care how small it is, how big it is, you got Braun Breaker. You want to hold on to that guy and nurture that young man and see how much more money you can draw and ratings you can draw with Braun Breaker. Be that as it may, he came in as a heel, and the fans love him. And the rumor going around right now, as the kids say, the streets are saying Braun Breaker will be a face going forward after this, because he's one of the few men in that company. Ilya Dragunov is another one who have actually pinned Gunther. You got Sami Zayn, you got Ilya Dragunov who pinned him in NXT, and you've got the great Braun Breaker. So think of all the money they're going to make pushing Braun Breaker as a face, selling the merchandise. He's going to be the new Goldberg. Mark my words.
Okay. Here's my issue with what you just said, and I do take umbrage with it. I keep hearing they're going to make him a face now because they don't have enough good heels as it is. They are struggling to get good heels in this company right now. Everybody's getting cheered right now. There's not enough bad guys. Braun Breaker comes off as a complete Peckerwood when he wants to. He can come off as the Billy Badass. I don't need to, fight you fair. I'll fight you dirty if I have to because that's my style. I'm not a fan of turning that guy face. And here's what I also keep saying, and I keep hearing. He's going to be John Cena's WrestleMania opponent. I keep seeing that over and over again. I don't know how true it is, but that's what I keep seeing and hearing. I don't particularly want to see him turn face. He's a great heel. Why can't he be a great heel?
He already showed he can be a great heel. These guys, nothing is permanent in the world of wrestling, Don. The baby faces and heels ebb and flow. You're a baby face for like a year, then all of a sudden they've got a great angle where you can beat up your tag team partner or attack somebody backstage, and you can become the biggest heel in the company. And that's what they'll do to this guy when they're ready. That's going to happen. It's going to happen soon. I mean, it's not going to happen soon, but it will happen eventually.
All I'm saying is keep him heel for now. There's no need to try to turn this guy face. They're trying to make Jey Uso. I'm not really sure where this is going.
Honey, get Paul Levesque on the line. Get Paul Levesque on the line. We're going to call him right now.
It all feels weird to me. It doesn't feel right having the championship on Jey Uso. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because all I see him is a tag team champion. That's really all I see in the guy. I don't see him as a singles champion, in my opinion. He's over, like I said, with his entrance. His work has regressed since he's gone on his own. We'll see where this goes. I'll be interested. But here's the other part of this. I wasn't alone on this. Mm-hmm. This show only drew 1.33 million. One of the lowest numbers they've ever done when it wasn't a special. It did god awful in the ratings. And I know Monday Night Football had a doubleheader going. And I know a lot of people check out to go watch Monday night. They had a game kickoff at 7:30. They had another game kickoff at 8:15. I completely understand that. One of them had Josh. One of them had Josh. What's what I'm going to say? One of them had Josh Allen. He's one of the biggest stars of the NFL. He's must-see TV. And he was just flat out destroying his opponent that night, the Jacksonville Jaguars. The other one was a guy named Jaden Daniels, the rookie out of LSU, who had his big coming out party as far as a pro quarterback in the NFL. He absolutely came out. Him and Joe Burrow, another guy that's a huge name in football. They had a duel. It was a hell of a game, but 1.33 million. Now, the demo held pretty strong. I think it held at like a 0.48 or a 0.43. I can't recall. It held held up pretty good. But, man, I'm just going to tell you, 1.33, you've got to take a look at that and go, what are we doing wrong and where are we getting stale? How do we freshen up this product? Because that's sort of where we're at is, hey, man, how much longer can the Bloodline feud keep going? I mean, not the Bloodline, I'm sorry, but the
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day. How much longer can we beat this horse?
Well, Aubrey Edwards has nothing to do with any of this. Let's just put that out there right now. And you're wishing violence to Aubrey Edwards. We do not condone that on this show.
What are you talking about?
You said beating the horse, pal. I'm just saying.
Beating a dead horse.
Well, somebody put a mirror under Aubrey Edwards' nose to see if she's still kicking.
Denisha, thank you for the $1.99 super chat. We really appreciate you guys and gals for joining. We're going to have some chat going on tonight when we're watching the live watch along. Going to throw it up on the screen, interact with you guys and gals, and have a good time tonight. I hope. Because this wrestling, have you seen the card on this AEW show? It's just, I don't know how they're going to get all this shit in because they all love to have a 20-25 minute match.
Don, read the fine print. On that big graphic that our good friend, Media Boy UK, had put up. He posted and put our attention to it. He added us, as the kids say, atted us on Twitter as to what matches are going to be there tonight. They're taping Collision. They're taping Collision also. So the big Jack Perry Open Challenge that's going to be for the TNT title, that's going to be on Collision. They jam-packed the show because they've got, I believe, 8,000 people attending a 25,000 seat stadium.
I saw something about that today, too, where someone on the Twitter feed said, here's a thought. AEW could outdraw Monday Night Raw today. Do you guys even want to talk about that? Because it could really happen. Hold on. I went and looked it up. I said, okay, the setup is for 8,200 right now. And I think the tickets distributed was 7,600. Like, dude, you're going to tell me that in the last 4 days, I think they moved 1,200 seats. You're going to tell me that in the last hour, they're going to move another 1,000? I don't think so. It's a good turnout for AEW, but like I said, it's like a free televised pay-per-view from their own standpoint. So that's sort of what I was looking at that. So I'm looking for.
Go ahead.
No, that's it.
It's a happy 5 years of AEW wrestling. Aren't you excited?
I don't know about happy. Look, Dildo Baggins is gone, so I'll take my wins where I can get them. This should be interesting tonight. We'll see where it goes. Holy shit. Woke, done.
We got a new guy in the chat. Woke, welcome aboard. Good to see you. Thanks for the 10 spot. I'll round it up to the next dollar. You guys are legit the best duo in the IWC. Criminally underrated. Well, we're the little podcast that could, Woke. We're the little podcast that could.
We're doing our best, pal. We really appreciate it too, man. We appreciate all you guys. Appreciate it so very much.
Hot pockets for everybody.
Hot pockets galore. And got some mozzarella sticks going right now. I did want to talk a little bit about Gunther. His segment on Raw this week when he came out and confronted Sami Zayn, looking all hot and bothered. You keep coming out here and challenging me. You keep wanting to get in the ring with me. Here's what I'm going to do. Will I fight you? No. And he just left. I thought that was great. It cracked me up. I thought that was absolutely classic heelish behavior. Loved every bit of it.
Less is more with Gunther because he's so much in the ring. When he comes out to speak, he says what he's got to say, and he's out the door. Marco Mattacoli. Excited for the watch-along party, guys, but Diddy once said, ain't no party like a Chris Jericho party. I was
going to throw it up. Giving our man Woke his $10 in the sun. I'll come back to you, Marco. I'm going to read that out again. That's pretty good. I like that part about Raw. There's also some news going on, and I've been getting into this.
Diddy?
No, not about Diddy. Alexa Bliss was in the news again this week, and she was last week as well. And I wanted to get into that real quick. She set up a ring. They showed her working out, and people lost their minds. And I know Alexa Bliss has a following, and they all said the same thing. She's totally coming back now. She's totally coming back. You guys better get ready. She's coming back. And I said, guys, just because she wants to work out in the ring doesn't mean that she's going to come back and wrestle. You're connecting dots that aren't there. It just means she's getting in ring shape. It doesn't mean she's going to get back in there right away. Well, here's the truth. She's been doing it. She put out a tweet, said, don't worry, I'll see you soon enough. Despite this most recent tease, she is not expected to wrestle this year at all. So
she's a waif. She's Zelina Vega size. What can she do in the ring that's believable unless she's wrestling someone like Zelina Vega? You know what I'm saying? I can't. I was never a fan. I mean, the character work when she was with Bray Wyatt was good. I like the fact that she could dislocate her elbow. Remember that Ronda Rousey thing where that was pretty epic. I actually thought she was hurt until I found out that she's double jointed.
She has a following, okay? I'm not saying that she's my favorite ever. I want to read this again, Marco, before you get out of there. Let me get this up.
She's got a following of young men who are naked from the waist down watching Monday Night Raw.
Excited for the watch-along party, guys, but Diddy once said, ain't no party like a Chris Jericho party or something like that. Oh, it's going to be a shit show. This is going to be...
Have you heard the rumor about Diddy? About the 1,000 bottles of baby oil that were confiscated?
That's not a rumor. That's real. That's
why did they take the FBI? Why did the FBI take the baby oil? And I'll tell you why. Because the rumor going around. No, the rumor going around now is it's not baby oil in those bottles. It's GHB.
Oh,
which is a clear. It's a clear, oily type substance. So that comes in contact with a mucous membrane. I'm not saying which one. It comes in contact with a mucous membrane.
Hey-o!
You'll get those effects of the GHB. Both people using it will have the effects of the GHB.
There was also some other news that popped off today, and people have been coming completely unglued. The Vince McMahon documentary on Netflix debuted today. And I said, I gotta watch this today when I could here and there when I was working. I said, okay, when I get it, watch a little bit here, watch a little bit there. When I went to lunch, I'll watch a little bit. Watch it this morning for quite a bit. I laid in bed and watched it. I couldn't sleep. Here's what I can tell you about this. I didn't watch it in depth the whole way through because
Sure.
Most of this stuff I knew about. It wasn't like I was sitting here guessing. I wasn't going, oh, really? That happened? Oh, that happened? I don't remember that. Most of this stuff, almost 95% of it I remembered. So I said, well, let me get to the last half hour of the last episode and see what this thing covers.
Uh-huh.
That was about all that they went into in depth as far as covering the current trial and the current ongoings of his legal battles.
Yes.
That's where we are right now. It wasn't enough. It just wasn't. I'm sorry. There was nothing that was covered in depth on this because I'm sure that it was so short. They didn't have anything to go off of. Vince McMahon literally quit the show when this thing hit. They were gone, man. They were ready to call it a day. He was out of there. I don't need any more of this. He's since hired a new PR firm ahead of this release to get ahead of this story if anything came out. So there was that. Here we go. The Rabbit Wolverine LC Killer 17, $2. Got myself a bottle of wine. Yeet. You guys are just not going to stop eating, I can tell.
I'll tell you, that's a long handle there. The Rabbit Wolverine LC Killer 17.
That's a hell of a name, pal.
Well, it's better to have a bottle of wine than a bottle of Diddy Baby Oil. That's all I can tell you.
Well, depends on what you're doing.
Just saying, pal. Just saying.
Also, on the back of this Netflix documentary coming out, because like I said, I didn't see anything into it that I didn't find just repetitive. If you are not an old school wrestling fan, if you didn't watch the 80s and the 90s and you don't know the history of wrestling, this could probably be a really good show for you to sit down and watch. Told a young lady that I work with, I was like, well, they cover Cyndi Lauper coming into the WWE and them, or the WWF, and then working with MTV. And she said, they were on MTV? I was like, oh, sister. This
the war to settle the score. Remember that? The war to settle the score.
Yes. Thank you again, Rabbit, for the super chat. Like I said, tonight we're going to have a good time. If you contributed, we'll try to get to you guys first. Denisha, Don, please yeet one time for the IC champion. This is, I'm going to do it one time. Yeet! There you go.
That's close.
And it was a good one.
It was a good yeet, Don.
All right. So I've yeeted
I'd rate
myself
that
out
yeet,
now.
on the yeet scale, that was probably a 9, I think, personally. Don, you think you can make a case for Cyndi Lauper going into the WWE Hall of Fame?
I thought she already was.
No.
I thought she already was.
People are talking about it now. Get her while she's still alive, while she's still viable and can get around. She's like she's pushing 70 now.
They're going crazy right now in the chat. The Rabbit Wolverine back with the yeets all day.
The yeets,
Good
yeets.
God.
I'm watching The Big Bang Theory right now, Don. Sound off.
That's about the best way you can watch it, to be quite honest. Bruce Pritchard did have a lot to say about this thing today, though.
What, about The Big Bang Theory?
No, about this documentary. If you did not know, Bruce Pritchard was the man behind the camera at the WWF, WWE for roughly about 40 years now, I want to say. He's been there off and on for over 40 years, but I think consecutively now he was at like 20-something, then he did another 10 or 20. He's been there a long time, okay? I just want to say that.
Yeah, all the booking meetings, right? Yes.
He is through and through a Vince McMahon guy. That's his friend. I get it. He's going to defend Vince McMahon to the end of time because when his wife was sick with cancer, Vince McMahon helped him out. He let him work from home. He was a friend and a colleague. But he said, I thought it sucked, Pritchard said. I didn't think it was balanced at all. I think it was a gotcha piece. I thought it was portrayed as a gotcha piece. It was all about how can we make Vince look bad. Folks, here's the truth about Vince McMahon. I'm going to say my piece now.
Go ahead, Don.
He was an ingenious man when it came to presenting wrestling. He had an idea. He ran with it. He risked his entire financial future on it, and it paid off big, and it made him a billionaire. He's also depraved. He's a lunatic.
That's what I was waiting for, Don. I was waiting for that. Yes, I was waiting for it because I was about to say it. If you were going to say it, I was going to say it. I was going to say, well, there's a guy's a part-time neckbeard psychologist who says he's great. Perfect.
He is absolutely on the fringe of society, as you would expect a wrestling promoter to be. He's not quite within the norms and the boundaries of a normal person walking the streets. He's out there, man. He has no other interest. Wrestling was everything to him. He didn't give a shit about soccer, volleyball, football. None of it mattered. None of that mattered. He was wrestling. He was such a wrestling fan. They said, have you seen a movie in 20 years? God damn it, I'll make a wrestling movie.
Let me ask you this question. You think he watches all the wrestling shows, TNA, MLW, AEW, and the current? I know he watches the current product. I know he does for WWE. Like, does he watch the other promotions too now?
I would bet money he does not watch the other promotions. I would bet money he watches his promotion that he created, and that's as far as it goes. That's what I would bet.
God damn it, Paul! Sign that kid who say his name and he appears. Sign that guy.
There's also some other stuff going on in wrestling that when I read this, man, I was like, okay, you clearly have CTE. Steve Austin said, I'm not a CTE guy. I just don't believe it. I worked for a long time. I got dropped on my head one time. I got concussed. Other than that, I can't remember having too many concussions in the business of pro wrestling. My take on that has always been, if you were just wrestling and you just got a bunch of concussions, you're probably doing something wrong. I'm not a CTE guy. Just don't believe in it. Here's my issue on that. He didn't take a lot of direct chair shots like Mick Foley did, like a lot of these other guys did.
Right.
He didn't, because he wasn't going to put it, because he wasn't stupid. I'm sorry. If you stand in front of another human being and say, hit me with the chair multiple times over and over, and I'll take it clean every time, you're a moron. You probably already have CTE.
Like Mick Foley. But all I can say to that is, he probably could get CTE from just being slammed or taking a bad bump and hitting your head on the ring canvas. And there's plywood underneath that canvas, and that foam pad that's over top of it. So I'm sure he got CTE from that. But he's probably got a mild case of CTE. I mean, he has roughed up both of his first two wives. He has roughed them up. So.
Look, I'm not going to get into his personal. You're right. He did. Like, there's some backstory.
Well, I mean, you got to talk about that. You got to talk about that when you.
I'm not.
Yeah.
He was on steroids and got angry and, slapped Deborah around, for one example. That was.
And G.D. Adams, his first wife, he stole from Chris Adams. You remember her?
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, he was married to her. She's the one who came up with the Stone Cold gimmick. She says,
"Yes, she did."
Steve, drink your tea before it's in Stone Cold. That's it. That's my gimmick. He had the Don Wade epiphany. That's it.
Just because you don't believe in it or you don't have it doesn't mean it's not real.
Exactly.
Just saying, man.
Exactly.
So that kind of, when I read that, I was like, come on, man. Really, Steve? You're going to tell me it's been proven by scientists. This is done. It's not even a question anymore. Why are you going to question something like that? I didn't understand that. I really don't, and I still don't.
It's a bad look for Steve Austin with that comment he made, but he's so beloved that a lot of people will say, it's Steve being Steve.
What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
What are you?
It's Steve. We love him.
Yeah,
there was also some moments in this documentary. It led off with Hogan, just so you know. Like the Vince McMahon, I know we're kind of all over the place here, but I got my notes sort of scattered right now. The Vince McMahon documentary had a lot of ex-wrestlers on there, and the one that was on there obviously a lot was Hulk Hogan, because he was there from the epiphany of it. And they had Dave Meltzer on this, and this is why I wanted to talk about this real quick. Dave Meltzer said, and you're going to love this, Vince McMahon could not have made his nationwide expansion without Hulk Hogan in this documentary. Said it could have never happened. It had to be Hogan. That was the only guy that they could have possibly had to complete this takeover. This is where it gets good. Friend of the show, a guy that we follow on Twitter, Meltzer said what? Always popping off receipts. And I'm going to give my man credit because he earned this. He goes back to the archive of like 84 or 87 in the newsletter. Pulls it up where Meltzer said, to be honest, Hogan didn't matter that much to the WWF. They could have done it with just about any big star at the time, be it Dusty Rhodes, et cetera, et cetera. On one hand, you've got Dave Meltzer saying that he didn't matter. And on the other hand, you've got him saying they had to have Hogan. That's the only guy that could work. And this is why I'm not a fan of Dave Meltzer. He talks out of both sides of his mouth and changes the story to fit his narrative at the time for what he's going to sell the most product for. God bless him. Make the money while you can, but don't call yourself a reporter. That's my only issue with Dave Meltzer. He calls himself a reporter, and he's just simply not. Nothing about him is a reporter. Nothing, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing.
Big commercial right now for AEW Grand
see it.
Slam. You saw that? Yeah. Had it all in there. Had Danielson with the oxygen mask on his face as they carried him out. Yes.
Your thoughts?
I think Meltzer, naturally he would crap all over. No offense, Vince. He would crap all over the competition of his boss, Tony Khan. Naturally, he would go and lambast Vince McMahon, the WWE, during this. Hulk Hogan, if he couldn't find Hulk Hogan, a big white meat baby face, if he couldn't find him, he would have created one out of whole cloth. He would have found a guy and built him up to be a white meat baby face, a la Hulk Hogan, a superstar. But Hulk Hogan was the right guy in the AWA. He wanted to come over, and it was a confluence of fantastic events, coincidental events, where he got what he wanted. He didn't have to build a guy up. He did build Hogan up, of course, but he didn't have to create a Hulk Hogan. It was already there.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan, people forget they always want to give Vince McMahon credit for making Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan at the time was already becoming a mega superstar wrestler. He had already been in Rocky. He was coming on strong. He was becoming Americana. People forget that all the time. Vince was smart enough to see. Vince was smart enough to see. Vince was smart. Americana, baby. You got to say right now.
That's what I'm loving.
Right now.
That's it.
You've got to remember Hogan was already a star. The entire reason he left the AWA was because Vern Gagne didn't want to give him T-shirt money. He lost Hulk Hogan because he didn't want to pay him the merchandise sales for the T-shirt. Can you imagine losing the biggest wrestling star for a decade and a half because you wanted to make $8 on a $15 T-shirt? Can you imagine?
Didn't Okerlund help facilitate this move? I believe Okerlund got hired first, and he called up Mean Gene and said, "What's it like over there, brother?"
Let me tell you something, pal. There's printing money. Come on over.
I
love Mean Gene. That dude, my man loved his vodka martinis. That guy was. I enjoyed it. Appreciate everybody for joining tonight. Please like and subscribe if you have not already. We got some new viewers out there. We appreciate it. We don't do the watch-alongs very often. We couldn't do 2 shows this week because I'm leaving to go out of town tomorrow. We won't be back till next week. So want to make sure we got this out there. Go to see what's going on. I got an adult beverage in hand, but I can't get crazy tonight because I'm driving tomorrow. So cheers to you. Appreciate y'all for coming. We're a couple of minutes away from going live on AEW and watching this shit show that we're going to have happen.
You know, Don, I actually hope that it's a good show. I hope it's a good show because they got some people on the card that, I like Ospreay.
Ocean Spray.
Ocean Spray. I like Will Ocean Spray. As I call him. Yes. Ocean Spray goes good with vodka. The Ocean Spray cranberry juice goes good with vodka.
There was, of course, on this show, and if you haven't watched it, I just want to put it out there. Hulk Hogan cannot keep his lies straight anymore, and I'm convinced he has CTE. He has some form of dementia setting in where he just, he's going to run with anything he thinks can make him a headline or a dollar. And the worst part was when he's talking about, I didn't know if Andre was going to put me over, brother. Vince McMahon actually quoted him and said, well, he was asking me all day, who's going to win? Is he going to put me over? What's going to happen? He fed into it. I don't know if he was just bullshitting because let's face it, man, Vince McMahon is an all-time salesman. All time. He really is.
Absolutely. He's good at working the marks, as they say. Vince is good at working the marks. And so is Hogan. Hogan, this Netflix thing, his statements he made, it's Hogan trying to go into business for himself, trying to stay relevant in these, this new millennium. And was he a 71-year-old man with some? I
think so.
Married to some young chippy who's after his money too, just like all the other ones were. And it's all going to work out. It's all going to work out. He'll be at WrestleMania. He might be at the Rumble. They'll reward him for being a good hand and not running down the company in the Netflix documentary.
Here we go. They are taking off the Big Bang. They had about a 30-second run over or overrun. So let's see how fast they jump in AEW. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. The live watch along begins.
And I'm running out to get some booze. I'll be right back.
Queens, New York. I wonder how many are in attendance. You know, they never announce how many people are in attendance. I've noticed this. That sort of blows my mind. They're never like, we've got, unless it's some crazy number. All right. So I guess we're leading off with Nigel. I didn't think that would be the way we'd go on this whole show. Not gonna lie to you, I've never seen this guy wrestle. I don't really care that I've never seen this guy wrestle. I don't know, man. One of those deals where I don't know how this is going to go, but I don't know if it's going to be my kind of match. You know what I mean? There's supposedly they have a story from 10 years ago. They wrestled some crazy Ring of Honor or whatever matches that I never saw, and I'm not going to look into just because I'm not going to lie, man. If it doesn't happen on the main stage, I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to try to dig the shit up. I'm not going to look at your indie promotion from 20 years ago to see if you had a good match. You guys might do it. I'm not going to be that way. I got enough shit going on in my life. I don't have time to do this.
Yeah, you're right, Don.
Again, super chat's open. No need to put any money. We're going to start throwing them up there. Chris Steichler says, this is no lie. The first time he ever heard the name Hulk Hogan was in the movie Suburban Commando. I didn't know he was a famous wrestler. That's crazy. Mark says it's time, gentlemen. Well, it's time to do something.
They've got Jim Ross on commentary.
And BC Miller says Bottles just crushed an edible.
Not yet. Soon.
The American Dragon, Bryan Danielson, as I like to call him correctly every time.
That's if he comes out.
He's coming out. Why would he not come out? It's kind of weird to me that they're leading this off with him. Is that not odd to you that this is the lead-off match?
He's not coming out.
What the hell's going on?
You notice the elbow pads? You notice the elbow pads on
yes
on this guy? Covers up the torn biceps. Remember he tore his biceps and never got them fixed? He's hiding how deformed they are.
Oh, you think they're that bad?
Yes. Now, this match is not for the title.
It's not. So why is he talking about he should be stripped of the title? I don't.
He's trying to get heat with a guy that he's in a feud with who he hasn't interacted with.
Grey Goose, I agree with you. Why would I care about a match 15 years from making another match in another promotion? I don't get that either. It's weird. Did you see that the WWE copy-stricken AEW for throwing up that old match with them on it? Because they had a WWE logo on it.
Yes. As well they should.
God,
I wonder who's the Don Stevens of the WWE? Funaki?
Ooh. Hiroshita. Nagasaki, no.
Oh, have you heard about the new member of the Bloodline, Hikuleo, who they've signed for like 4 months now? I never brought him out. Hikuleo's going to NXT. Apparently, he's so bad in the ring. He's got to go through NXT before he debuts.
I don't even know who that is.
He's a 7-foot member of the Fatu family. 197 pounds. He's the heavyweight champion.
See, exactly. We were just saying this, Justin. Why the hell is he out here demanding Daniel Bryanson should be stripped of the title if he's not putting the title on the line? I don't get it. So weird.
It's my 50th year in the business. Nobody I respect more than Bryan Danielson. Not even The Undertaker. Not even Steve Austin. Not even Mankind. He's just... These guys get hired, and it's like it's the greatest company on the planet.
We're 5 minutes into this, and they haven't started yet. So I don't want to hear anybody else talk about the WWE's entrances ever again. I never want to hear about it because if this is the company everybody supports, because they got real graps.
Real graps. Media Boy UK has messages on Twitter thanking us that we mentioned his name.
Yes, I saw. You're welcome, buddy. Thank you for your support and putting it out there.
Absolutely. It's 12:30, I believe, in Great Britain, where he's watching this right
I think it's 1, actually.
now. It doesn't matter. It's Great Britain. So the other side of the pond, mate. Look at all the kinesio tape on Danielson's
He
traps.
loves his ass some shit, dude.
Look at this bullshit. And they're actually going to have a match.
BC Emulator, I agree 100%. I love Jim Ross, but his time is over, and it bothers me sometimes. Bone Collector says Daniel Bryan reign has been lackluster like Swerve's.
Media Boy UK says, thank you again for saying my name on the air. It's 1 a.m. right now.
Oh, could have been a pizza. Mysterious Black says, I saw that Vince McMahon documentary. It was essentially, it was a WWE documentary with nothing but Vince McMahon. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't terrible. It was just, look, he's not the greatest of guys at times.
If you're an older gentleman like myself, who I watched when I was a kid, the WWWF with San Martino, yes, Toru Tanaka, Mr. Fuji, Morocco, all those guys. And I watched all of that, then you know that
and I might be 30
I'm watching
seconds
this, and my train of thought's got to be real. I'm watching this, see what's going on here.
The Kinesio tape is real, and we get another. Is that what you're seeing?
They just locked up. He's doing a little tumble forward, trying to get out of that hammerlock.
Yeah. Okay.
And what I was going to say, the point I was trying to make before I got distracted by this 5-star classic, is the fact that and I've seen all the different permutations of the WWE and WWF. I've seen how it all shook out over the years, and it's pretty amazing how far they've come. And the dogs are howling. They don't want to watch this shit either.
They've already I've seen enough. I've seen enough. Get this off my television.
No.
Thank you all again for watching. We hope to have a good time tonight. This is not, I don't know, man, how this is going. It's real slow out the gate. You sort of expect a little bit faster pace considering it's a Danielson match. He usually goes pretty quick. Are we going to have headbutts here for no reason? Are we going to get stupid?
No. You're going to have that. And you're also going to have outside interference. This match will not have a conclusion.
You think so?
I think so. I know. So I've got Moxley and crew come out. Media Boy UK says he's having a can of Coke and eating a pulled pork sandwich.
Good for him.
Pulled pork, pal. I like to eat it. I like to do it.
And no, I've never met Hulk Hogan myself. Might have to go down to the beach shop here one day on vacation.
I went down there. The Hulk Hogan's beach shop. I went down there.
Mysterious Black says, give it time, Don. They won't let you down on the nonsense. I guess
What's
a lot of guys.
Mrs. Bottles is corralling the dogs, and they've all got their nightly treats.
What is he doing with the slaps on the arms? Man, what the hell is going on here? Did you see the slaps on the arms?
I'm trying to get interested in this. I can't get past Nigel McGuinness's orange spray tan. He's got Braun Breaker skin.
Now we're slapping the shit out of each other for real.
Look at that. Nigel McGuinness looks like the inside of a Reese's peanut butter cup.
Challenger John says, Don and Bottles, I got my $200 tickets for the October 4th SmackDown in Nashville. I hope it be sports entertained. I hope you are too, pal, because that's going to be the go-home show for their big next PLE. So they got to do something.
Who's this?
Enter Center Ella.
Who said this? Challenger John.
Oh, a Challenger John, yes.
Challenger John, bring a sign. Squared Circle
That's what I'm
Maniacs.
And that's what I'm saying, Ella. Why is he slapping his arms? It just doesn't make any sense.
Would you love for Challenger John? Would you love for Challenger John to have to bust out a nice, I don't know, a 4x4 Squared Circle Maniacs sign?
That'd be lovely. Hashtag SEM.
Or just have one that says, Vince is depraved. Hashtag SEM.
Yeah. I don't think Vince is depraved is getting in there.
You never know, Don. I have faith. Like George Michael, Don, I gotta have faith.
What if he just starts ripping the kinesio tape off of him like he's trying to give him a wax job?
A Brazilian?
Yeah, it just goes right at it.
Could be. What is this?
I don't know.
Look, he's putting all his weight into that. He's putting all his muscles into that. Those abdomen shots. Come on, man. They think that they're getting a 5-star classic here. Media Boy UK on X right now says he can't even watch AEW tonight. He's enjoying watching us. Media Boy UK, get in the chat. SOB. Love to have you.
Here we go. God, man. Murphy, you're right. Murphy's right. If you can't make the punches, I got Windows security shit.
What?
If you can't make the punches look real, don't throw them. That looked like shit.
It did.
It just did. And I agree with you, Tom. This is not what I expected the first opening match to be when I've heard about all the hate and all the anger. And they hate each other. I'm not seeing it. Like this was built up like a CM Punk Drew McIntyre feud. They tried to beat the shit out of each other. They had everything coming out. They were bleeding. They were throwing haymakers. Good Lord. Oh my God. Why?
I saw that. Yes.
I'm not watching. I'm having a rectal exam.
Too bad he can't televise that. It'd be more interesting than this.
That guy says AEW strike coach on strike. Oh my gosh.
Why does Danielson have cornrows? I'm trying to figure that out.
Oh, he usually has those. He comes out every now and then with them all dressed up.
He's got the R. Kelly haircut.
I want to piss on you.
I got the pee-pee. I believe I can pee.
I got a great big yellow stream. I do it from across the room. I'm really good when it's a full moon. We just did an entire song about R. Kelly.
This could somebody
this is how bad this is.
Fantastic. They wrestled 10 times in Ring of Honor. Interesting.
Tanisha, you're right. This crowd is dead, and there's a reason.
It would have been nice to see Danielson do an interview or interact with this guy before this match.
Black Larry has our next verse. I want to use your face as a toilet seat. Oh my God,
Larry's it's going right into the toilet right now.
Block Larry, longtime listener and viewer. We appreciate you all. Thank you all. I mean, they've got a decent crowd here tonight. I'll give them credit. There's 8,000 people here. Way to go.
Can they actually show the hard cam side?
Ooh, dude, if you are at the show and you're watching this and you are a fan of ours and you went to the show, please take a picture of the hard cam side so that you can prove to these marks, these idiots, that they do put people in that area, just not directly in front of it. Oh, that would be so great. All right, they're picking up the pace here, Bottles. They're picking it up a little bit.
Yes, they are.
Tickets to the AEW Collision taping starts at $20. Oh, but then you've got to leave your house and you got to do other stuff to get there. Do you really want to spend money too?
Right.
And here's the thing, and yes, Mark, I agree with you. This was supposed to be the story of we're old school guys. We have an old rivalry. So it's supposed to be based on them being great wrestlers, right? And I know Bryan Danielson can wrestle. I know he can have good matches that people like. This kind of stuff just isn't for me. I'm sorry, it's just not. And I'm the same way in WWE when they have those really like the Triple H matches at the end of his career. I couldn't stand those matches. No. They were so slow. They went nowhere. They were half an hour of him walking around looking exhausted.
This guy still does a yes kicks. Someone actually kneels there when you know they're coming.
Stike Leather said this thing's getting 10 stars from Meltzer.
Oh, absolutely. And Meltzer actually has the baby oil and the tarp spread out and that shitty office of his with all the piled up papers.
Did you see he was on Inside Edition or whatever that show is this week?
I can't watch that.
No, hold on. He was on it for 3 seconds, and they showed him in his office in the background. He had a stack of papers this high. I kid you not. It's insane. What are we doing here?
Available tickets. Current setup is 8477. Distributed tickets were $81.91. Available tickets are $286.
So alas, they did not match Raw this week. A weekly televised show, which Raw was sold out, which is kind of surprising considering the ratings. But again, oh, by the way, we have to go ahead and put this out there. If you're watching the WNBA, we totally understand. I wish I was watching that as well. That was Dave Meltzer's other excuse for why this might not do a great number tonight. Warrior, where you been, buddy? Thanks for joining us tonight, pal.
I wish I was watching Match Game on the Game Show Network.
Alexander
Gene Rayburn, he's a hoot.
Alexander asks, is it true AEW finally got that new TV deal? Here's what we saw a week ago from some of the more credible sources that are also AEW penis riders. If they don't announce it next week, then I don't know what's going on, and they've got to announce something soon. It's been a week. That tweet was put out September 17th.
I'm telling you right now, if they had a TV deal, he would have opened this show. Or in the next half hour, he'll be on TV with Officer Bar Brady in the back. That big 5-gallon pickle jar-headed sucker, Alex Marvez, and being interviewed by him, saying how great the TV deal is. They're bringing 3 more. They're bringing 3 more years of AEW.
Dude, the chat is killing me right now. Justin says someone just tweeted that they could watch Bryan versus Nigel for 2 hours. Are they alive, or is this person sort of catatonic? I'm worried about them right now. And MK Osborne says the low ratings are absolutely going to be blamed on the hurricane.
Yes. The hurricane in New York.
Justin says they're friggin' mental. This was something else, Chris, I want to talk about the documentary. I'm glad you brought this up. Meltzer has routinely shit on the 93,000 seat attendance that they announced for WrestleMania 3. And we all know it's bullshit. There wasn't 93,000 people there. We know there wasn't 93,000 people there.
He always worked the numbers. Vince always worked the numbers.
Roughly, they say there was between 78,000 to 80,000 people there. Having said that, there was also not 84,000 people in attendance for AEW's British show at the damn Wembley Stadium. That's not even disputable. They do ticket take come through and they get you through the counter every time. They're different over there. I'm just saying, like, he would stand on a stack of Bibles and tell you the AEW figures were exact, but WWE is a lie. They're both carnies. Toronto 95, Highway and Johnny, thank you for joining, buddy. Appreciate you.
Don, the wrestling business is a carnival-style business.
It is. They called it Carney Talk.
Yes. Kayfabe is a carny term. What would happen if they actually had Nigel McGuinness pin Daniel Bryan?
He's not going to end him. You know that. If I had to guess, Bryan Danielson's last match will be the December show, and he's going to drop it to Darby. That's my going out party right there.
Oh, for the love of God.
Get ready, because it's coming. Have you noticed, too, by the way, that the commentators are right next to the ring this week?
Did you see that? It was actually showed a few rows of the hard cam.
Larry says, I ran a booth for the carnival a few years in the 90s. I can absolutely believe that you did that. I can believe Block Larry did this.
Yes. Was it the water pistols and the clown mouths booth?
I think it had something about getting in the mouth. Was
it throwing the softballs in the baskets, the wicker baskets that were propped up on the board?
And be honest, I'm with Chris Steichler there. I'd rather see him drop it to Darby Allin than anybody else on the roster right now, because at least that guy hasn't had a shot yet.
For the love of God.
Jake
Darby
Miller
Allin.
says, Mia says, hi, Pop Pop.
What's that? Ah. Hi, Mia. That's my son. And Mia's my granddaughter.
Justin, hello, Mia. My wife just asked, if this isn't the main event, who is? He said, probably Hologram.
Hologram is on this show, I believe.
So we can all be witness to the greatness that is the man that you can only pretend is there in 3D. That guy says McGuinness looks like Dijak on Ozempic. Can we talk about what's his name? Was it Dijak that came out in the bottles? Are you there?
Here, hang on. I'm here.
Okay. All right.
I was looking at a link that our friend in the UK from across the pond, Media Boy, sent me. It's a picture that someone took of this crowd. And because this is a 25,000 seat arena.
Yes, I know.
And the caption of it is, oh my God, where is everybody? Is somebody up in the nosebleeds, dude, taking a picture of everything? I reposted it on my Twitter account. Johnny Bottles.
Who is, okay, I'm forgetting his name now. Ludwig Kaiser. That's
Ludwig
the
Kaiser.
He's the.
Wait,
hold on. He's the running mate.
Ludwig Kaiser.
He's the running mate of Gunther, correct?
Yes, he's also the boyfriend of Tiffany Stratton.
Okay. That I don't care about, but I do have a question for you on Monday Night's Raw.
Yes.
Could he come out in a skimpier uniform in the history of man than what he came out? He had a boy's medium shorts on, coming out there, just trying to show his eggplant veins the best he could.
Well, he's a bit of a Nancy boy, Don. He's a bit of a Nancy boy.
Dude. He came out there in the smallest shorts I've ever seen in my life, son.
Well, he had his dictator shorts on, Don.
Oh, he definitely did.
Yes, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
He's had a tater down where his... Yes.
Warrior says, hey, Don Bottles, you guys hear about Sean Ross Sapp is offering random people on X $40,000 to fight him. Yes, I have seen he has been trying to fight people. He's been challenging people to a fight. He's totally off his rocker again. The dude's a nut job. That's why we never mention him on the show. There it is. We got a winner. Half hour of the show.
Nigel McGuinness taps out to a move that his head just fell right out of. Did you catch that? His head fell right out of it. And that's it. The Nigel McGuinness comeback story is over with. Why would you waste this? Why would you waste that? on something like
Waste
this.
what? There's nothing to waste. This wasn't good.
They
It
could have
wasn't
built
great.
It wasn't good because they didn't build it up. It's very, very hard to build up a feud with a guy who's not on TV. It's like Chris Jericho trying to build a feud up with Goldberg.
Bottles, I'm going to disagree with you. It's hard to build up a match with a guy who hasn't wrestled in 10 years, man. Oh, shit. Here we go. His next opponent.
Generous. Christian.
Oh, it's Christian.
Christian and family. Here he comes. He's dressed for a fight. Where's the lizard? Where's his wife? Where's their son?
I used to have that kind of clipboard in the Army. Oh my God.
Kip Sabian. So you have to sign the contract? You've got to sign the contract?
Yeah.
Oh, look who's there.
And yes, BC, it is absolutely, dude, that's so horrible. Are you kidding me, man? I was going to sign the contract and he stole my pen.
You got the contract. It should already be signed. You're good to go. I don't understand it.
Because you realize that in the WWE, the Money in the Bank is actually a contract inside the briefcase that's already signed for a title shot at the Challenger's Choosing. That's the entire backstory of that.
Well, Don, it's all over with now because Hook's up next.
Oh, I just put that shit aside.
Can't wait, Don.
Greg F., thank you for joining tonight, buddy. Says this federation is a complete joke.
Well, they all can't beat WWE, pal. They all can't beat
WTF just happened. Oh my gosh, it's just getting worse and worse.
Alexander R. said, wow, Johnny Balls, why didn't AEW move the people in the upper levels downstairs? That's a very good question, Alexander.
That's a real good question.
Why do they do anything they do?
Well, that's another question.
Don't know. Couldn't tell you.
We just sat through that.
Wife and I found a new restaurant tonight.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we went out to dinner before this.
Good for you.
We went out to the Meat Whistle Steakhouse.
I bet you did.
Yeah. Yeah. Did they have them up there in where you're at?
No. We also don't have purple loofahs on our antennas.
They got a slogan. I love their slogan that they got for the restaurant. If you want meat, just whistle.
That's what I figured. However, we did have a place up here called Beef.
Beef?
I swear to God, it was called Beef.
Probably the slogan of that would be "Got beef?"
No. I don't know what the slogan was. I wasn't going in there. It looked like I said, it looked like the kind of restaurant where you walked in and they patted you down for a gun, and if you don't have one, they give it to you. Yeah, they enjoy our fine dining.
Did the clientele look like they were one to throw a stool across the room if they don't like the food?
No, they look like that was a Tuesday night to them. This clientele, I went up there to look at it once. They look more like they were the kind of people that Walmart people go, no, thank you. I'm not going out dressed like that.
Did the women in the restaurant look like the cast of Orange is the New Black?
No.
Okay.
No, it looked more like the farmer's daughter in reverse. Like big old broads with backsides that you could put a billboard on.
Someone just sent me something that said that the streets are saying, Don, that Bobby Lashley is going to show up at the Collision tapings to answer the Jack Perry Open Challenge.
Block Larry says they got a place called Hot Plates.
Hot Plates. Very nice. Very nice.
Bottle saw your Twitter message of empty seats. It's hilarious, says Denisha.
Well, the place is a 25,000 seat arena.
It is a big ass building.
Wasn't it like Don last year they did 12,000 people?
They did 12,000 people last year. I put that out earlier. The first year, I want to say they did like 20,000 people or 24,000 people. It's gone down substantially every year since. So don't tell me that the ratings don't matter. The ratings are a direct reflection over the type of show you're putting on the air that people are tuning out of on a weekly basis. Not in a couple, not in hundreds, but in thousands. This show right now tonight, that's how they just started this. It can't go up, can it? And you're going to have Hook out next, the guy that has probably the most change the channel heat with me on this show besides Moxley. Is there anybody you've ever met that was a Moxley fan for real?
I've met a few people that were Dean Ambrose fans. Look, it's Hook!
Beer Man says Diddy needs a hot plate. Block Harry says he needs Johnny Cochran.
Diddy's not even going to go to trial. He's not going to make it out of prison alive.
No, he's not. Hell no.
He's done.
I haven't heard Tony Schiavone. Is he not here tonight?
I did not hear Schiavone do the hook. There's a signal!
I love the chat, man. This is the best. This is the best. Alexander says now CVS has baby oil again.
Fortify with GHB.
I don't. Somebody help me out in the chat.
Rick Rude.
Please help me in the
Rick Rude.
Yes, it did. Please help me in the chat. What am I missing with Hook? I really honestly want to know what I'm missing with him. I don't see charisma. He's not good on the mic. He's a smaller guy. Like, if right now, just hear me out here, right? Who is the suplex king of the current wrestling scene? Who does the German suplex over and over again and just jacks you up with it? He hasn't wrestled in a while. Who would you say, Bottles?
Brock Lesnar.
There you go. Here we go. James is apparently a Hook fan. He says, counting down the days till this boy gets to WWE and put through the NXT to actually get better. James, he's got to gain a lot of weight, man, in my opinion. He's got to gain a lot of weight.
Have you seen Javon Evans in NXT? He's built the same way as Hook. The exact same body type. Hook will gain weight when he gets in NXT. You just got to get a
He's
chance.
got to gain 40
They killed Hook. They killed Hook by having him beat Wardlow and all these other big guys. That's how they killed Hook. That's what they did. And they let him talk. They let him talk. They shouldn't have let him talk. So when Hook finally said something, it would have been big. But he's eating Doritos backstage and talking like this. What do you mean by that? What are you saying?
You know what my other problem with this is? And Stone Cold Steve Austin has actually touched on this a lot, is that when guys come to the ring and they just sit there with their backs on the opponents, Steve Austin has talked about this when he used to have a podcast. He said, if I came in the ring and my opponent had his back to me, not paying me any mind, he said, I'd have jump-started the match right there. You want to turn your back on me, you son of a bitch? Here we go. I'm going to get you right here. And the guys don't do that now. It's just, I don't understand it. I get it. It's all predetermined, folks. I'm not saying this is real, but let me lose myself in the show for an hour or two before you totally screw me out of the entire scene. It just doesn't make any sense to me. I'm going to stand here with my back to you. Can you imagine if Mike Tyson walked into the ring and you had your back to him and you're supposed to fight him MMA style?
And the bell rang, and then that would be it, pal.
Yeah,
Mike
you won't
Tyson
see it coming.
He would use you like a spittoon. It would be over with in seconds.
By the way, you brought up Mike Tyson. Have you seen the Mike Tyson P. Diddy couch scene yet?
Yes.
Tyson
Or he put his hand on Mike Tyson's leg. And
Tyson moved his hand and slid across the couch like, nah. We don't do that, son.
This was a unspoken secret that everyone knew about. Going back to the late 90s until now, that P. Diddy was a bisexual freak who had everybody on tape. Even people in the government are all on those Diddy tapes. The biggest casualty of the whole thing is Justin Bieber.
And
Go
J-Lo
down that
married
rabbit
Ben
hole.
Affleck to hide it, and he found out and said, I'm getting the hell out of here.
Yeah. You can eat your cocktail fruit.
Oh,
Put that up.
God.
Did you put that up?
I did.
Ben Affleck had a lot of FBI and CIA government contacts when he filmed the movie Argo. He was the director and one of the stars of Argo. You remember that? How they got Americans out of Iran back during the original Gulf War. They were going to be held as hostages. And those guys tipped him off as to what was going on. Denisha's got a question.
Yeah, dude, because we hadn't talked about this. What do you guys think about Miro?
Why do you have to read everything? Why do you have to take away everything I love?
Go ahead, Bottles.
I can't even see it.
Don and Bottles, what do you think about Miro?
You son of a bitch, you're doing it to me again. Hang on. Donna Bottles, what do you think about Miro asking for his release from AEW? I think that he knows how people write TV shows, wrestling TV shows, how it's done in the big leagues, and how it's done over here in AEW, and everything they pitched to him. Probably he had to lose to smaller men than what he is.
Yes, I would bet it was too.
No. He pulled a Hulk Hogan and said, it doesn't work for me, brother. And in his best Romanian. And he said, that's it. I had enough. I'm done. He says, you would come at me when you've got something good. At the last pay-per-view, he was going to be in that Casino Battle Royal.
Yes.
Where Christian got that contract. They wanted him to go into that, and he found out he wasn't going over. He was going to job out to like smaller guys. And screw it. He pitched a bout against John Moxley, a feud against Moxley, and that got overruled by Tony Khan. So,
do you know what I think happened? I think the ideas were so bad that he moved home and said, "Send a taxi when you get serious. I'll come then. I'm not coming near the States until you get serious about my wrestling career." Alexander, Don Wayne, did you ever taste Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer? I've never seen it, to be quite honest. Never seen it. Chris Steichel just, hey guys, my friend who was in attendance at Grand Slam said Danielson and Nigel shook hands and hugged at the commercial break. Good for them. Nothing says bitches. Nothing says I love a good rivalry like a hug. If CM Punk and Drew McIntyre hug next Saturday, I'm not watching WWE for a month.
Just a month?
I will stop watching for a month, guaranteed.
Well, pal, this is picture-in-picture right now. And I'm going to get another beer.
Well, before you go, BC Emulator says Black Larry orders his phone chargers off Temu.
That's not true. He buys them out of a corner store run by a Jamaican guy.
Beer man, you are a sick individual, but I agree with you.
What did Beer Man say?
Not going to say it on the air. You'll have to read it. I'm trying to keep us from getting shadow banned on frickin' YouTube, pal.
Hell, it's not easy, pal.
We don't do politics in here. I'm just going to put that out there.
I saw what Alexander wrote. Yes.
I don't do politics. I just don't because I think they're all dirty bastards, and that's how it is.
Well, we start doing politics on the show. That's a great way to get shadow banned.
Exactly.
All right, getting a beer.
This match is still going on. I have noticed that we have been talking to each other more in this match than the Danielson match, and for good reason. This, again, I don't understand Hook. I need someone to explain to me what's so great about Hook. He's 160 pounds. He is clearly smaller than one of the smaller wrestlers in wrestling. Roderick Strong isn't a big guy. I just don't get it. Beer man, you can call me the Washington Post, pal. Gonna censure your ass like North Korea. Oh, here we go. Here comes the suplex on Roderick. Roddy Strong, as they're calling him now. Guess he's trying to get some rub off of the Roddy Piper feel, but I don't feel any sort of Roddy Piper vibes from this guy. Yes, that is Taz's kid, BC Emulator. Bottles, as you all can hear right now, has fallen down drunk in the background. We're hoping he's okay. He may make it back. He may also be eating hair pie. I'm not sure what's going on with him right now. Can someone also explain to me why the FTW title is in AEW? I don't quite understand that connection. I don't understand that connection at all. None of that makes sense. Why is a defunct title in AEW? The chat is worried about Bottles because he ate one in the background. Everyone heard the fall. I'm telling y'all, he's eating a hair pie right now. Yum, 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 yum.
Oh, no. How will Hook survive? How will Hook survive, Don?
Bottles, I don't know if you heard us talking or not.
He's running on instinct only, Don.
Did you hear us while you were falling into your death in the background?
No, Don. What happened?
Oh, I'm not going to repeat what happened in the chat, what I said.
They'll have to watch this shit back tomorrow. You son of a bitch.
Oh, man. I agree.
What's that? Don, I'm on my phone and I can't see it because I'm old and infirm. What's he saying?
I got no.
Great
He says, I have
one.
no idea. And Tony got pressed about the All-In press conference, and TK was okay. You took it down.
I didn't take it down.
TK was all upset about someone questioning the same thing about the FTW title. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't fit here. And BC Emulator, we've all been asking the same thing. What is the main event tonight? What are we going to get? Because right now we've got the hardcore match.
You've got Elite. You've got the Elite versus Fletcher and Ospreay. That's the main event. Guarantee it.
It's got. I think it's got to be right.
They killed the ratings last week, Don. They'll kill it again today.
Like old Yeller, going to take it out back and shoot it.
And Roderick Strong taps out the Hook. He left WWE, NXT to do this.
They have WWE belts in the background. Are you seeing this?
Yes, they're holding them up. I see it right now. Here you go. What is this?
Everybody wants to know. Omega Mark has given us the main event. He's got it from Dirt Sheet Dave. The main event, Colt Cabana returns. Omega, thank you for the inside scoop, pal. By the way, if you haven't already, please be sure to vote for the president. We are voting for Block Larry and Beer Man. That's my nominee.
Red Hot Problems require ice cold beer.
That's right. Hey, Tony Schiavone makes an appearance.
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
At least he took the earring out.
There he is.
But he's still dyeing the shit out of that hair.
That beard is dyed within an inch of its life.
It's dyed within an inch of its life.
What could be so compelling that Hook's got to talk?
I don't know.
In 1998,
here we go.
Only 3 miles from the stadium at the Elks Lodge, the FTW title was born by your father.
Right now, my dog is licking her ass on the other side of the couch. Probably a sad.
He's going to retire the belt. They're finally going to retire the FTW belt.
All that being said, all good things must come to an end. So, on behalf of my family, I'd like to thank each and every wrestler out there who's ever competed for this championship right here.
Are we finally going to get rid of this damn thing?
Yes. We've talked about this. We've talked about why do they have this belt? It makes no sense.
There we go.
So now, in this very moment, the AEW Championship is officially retired.
There you go. You're caught up. We're good to go. This was long overdue. You and I have talked about this numerous times on the show. For those of you who are just joining us, Bottles and I have brought this up since they brought this thing out. It didn't make any sense when they brought it out. It didn't make any sense that they kept trying to run with it. It didn't make any sense that the rules were now hardcore. None of it made any sense. It's not an AEW product.
Don, who's watching this podcast?
Well, you might be onto something there.
A lot of things we talk about on this podcast come true in AEW.
Including bologna loaves with long olives.
Yeah. You know, I had to pick up some shipped ham at the Winn-Dixie today. And I saw Missy Beefcake standing in line.
Was she?
Yes, yeah,
And
well,
then
yeah,
you said-
absolutely.
No, she wasn't. And then you said, oh, shit, my bad. That's 2 bologna loaves with a long olive.
You're right. I was confused. They tried to Baker act me right there in the Winn-Dixie. The cops came and took me out. I said, I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm fine.
Oh, I'm going to kill my volume on my end real quick to have a quick discussion. So far, we are 47 minutes into this watch along.
Are you having a
TV
private
is-
discussion with me, or are you having a
With you.
discussion with the
With you.
fans?
Your TV is super loud. Did you turn it up?
Wow. I must be excited because it's such a great show.
Did you get tased?
You know, we are, Don, we are live. We are live. Everyone's hearing you right now.
I'm not asking if you got tased.
If I got tased at the Winn-Dixie?
Black Larry wants to know if you got tased when you tried to light a match on her leathery goat skin.
No, I got pepper spray. She had it in her purse.
Oh my God.
Yes, it was terrible.
Oh, I can't
She had
even-
a shopping cart full of Depends. It was amazing.
And Hulk Hogan walked up and said, that doesn't work for me, brother.
No, Brutus walked up.
No, Hogan did, because he's the one that's got heat with her.
Oh, that's right.
And now we know why he's got heat with her. I want to thank everybody right now for watching this show
Yes.
tonight. Appreciate you guys. I hope you're having a good time. Please make sure you have plenty of Hot Pockets available. You're going to need them. It's not going to get any better. The main event
No.
has already been discussed. Colt Cabana is going to return. We're convinced of that.
No.
What if they announced a Warner Brothers Discovery TV contract tonight? What if they do this?
They're not going to announce that. It would have been done by now. He would have had a press release on Twitter. You know how much that man loves to toot his own horn. And if he was happy with the deal, he would come forward and say it. Obviously, he's not happy with the deal. The mouthpiece for AEW, the two mouthpieces, Sapp and Meltzer, renowned wrestling analyst Dave Meltzer would say, hey, this is what's happening. They've got renewed for this, this, and this.
That's not no.
And
See,
this is
no.
what Tony told me. And Tony
That's
will
not
come
how
out
he would
and
say it at all.
corroborate.
That's not how
Huh?
he would say it all. First of all, Justin says maybe Hook goes to WWE, and that guy says so. Taz versus Bryanson is next.
You know, if he retired that belt, Don, maybe that could happen.
Well, here, look. Number one,
'Cause
Meltzer
Ta-
would never speak the way you just said. You're being ridiculous. So stop. Meltzer
How'd
would
he
say,
do it?
you know, what would happen was, and I saw the match, and I thought, and then I said, well, it wasn't. It was what I thought it was going to be. On the other side, though, you thought maybe, but not really. That was
Have
an
you seen-
entire Dave Smeltzer segment brought to you by me.
That was pretty good. I closed my eyes. I was almost like being in his office.
Yeah.
Look at
I
this. Look at this
guarantee you he's
announcer.
got a-
Why are all these people trying to get over?
I don't know. Dave
They're all
Meltzer
trying to
looks
get over.
like
He's dressed like a Las Vegas magician.
he really is. He's dressed
What-
like a Las Vegas magician in an old folks' home. For my next trick, I'm going to pull Viagra out of the hat.
I'm going to swallow a sword.
Wait, no, Danny, get away from me. I didn't mean yours.
Okay.
They're matching outfits.
Well, hey, this is the match that I thought was going to be the main event. And obviously, it's not.
It's not.
No.
Oh, boy.
He just did a
Where's
pose
this
for
gonna go?
no pyro. He did a pose for no pyro. Where's Don Callis? Is he on commentary?
Good question.
Is he on
Good
commentary,
question.
Don? My camera. He's on commentary. I'm all
Is he?
clumped here with my camera.
You
Yeah,
think
he's on
he
commentary.
replaced? Okay, so he replaced JR.
How? JR got out with the Danielson match.
Buddy, I've been talking to you. I try to not listen to the announcers, to be quite honest. If they're not going to take it seriously, I'm not going to listen to them seriously.
I want to know if the Outrunners are going to be on tonight. Turbo Florida Truth Magnum. The true talents of AEW. Have you seen those guys? Have you seen the Outrunners? I know you don't watch Collision
Yes, I've
or
seen them.
Rampage.
Yes, I've seen them.
They're a
Two guys
throwback
from the
to
80s. The
Yes.
80s guys.
fantastic gimmick. I love it.
I don't dislike the gimmick, but it's not going to work in that company.
Right now, my
Dave
YouTube
Meltzer
TV is
looks
buffering.
like the kind of guy that his cat pisses in his room nonstop, and he doesn't mind.
He doesn't clean it up. He just lets it
No,
soak.
it's on the papers. I'll get it tomorrow.
It soaks in the rug.
Have you ever heard the stories about eating breakfast at the Hart's house? And the cat would shit on the counters?
No. Oh, my God.
Stu Hart would be making breakfast in the morning, making the kids pancakes. And there'd be a big old cat shit next to the pancake mix.
That
And
was
he
the
just
sausage.
He would scoop it up with the damn pancake flipper and chuck it over his shoulder. Like, no big deal. Cat shit's in the house. Pick it up. Use the spatula to flip the cat shit. Exactly, Black Larry. Oh, I didn't want to get it. I was excited about one part about the new Vince McMahon documentary.
Wait a second. You can't go from Stu Hart scooping up cat shit while he's making pancakes for the kids right into a Vince McMahon documentary. I want to see the Stu Hart documentary instead of the Vince McMahon documentary.
No, it's
That would
relevant because Bret Hart's in the documentary being Bret Hart again. Everyone is an
course.
asshole. He is the greatest person to ever walk the face of God's green earth and put on a pair of tights. And by the way, he wasn't a wrestler. He was an artist. Now he's an artist.
Well,
Man.
to engage in a fake fight and make it look real is an art. I will say that. It is an art. But he wrestled the same match over and over and over and over. Every opponent, it's the same match. Just like Flair. He accused Flair of wrestling the same match every night. And Ric Flair on the house shows. I mean, Bret Hart on the house shows.
Right.
Wrestled the same match every night.
Oh my God, Tony C with one of the best comments of the night.
What do you say?
Shit and Vince go together.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, Justin, you might be right. Darby Allin versus Moxley's got to be the main event now, right?
It's got to be. It's got to be now. There they go.
Beer man, Larry, you're killing me, pal. Oh, what are we doing here? Really? We're just going to sit. Oh, my God, this is awful. Why is that? Why did that just happen? All right,
The
man,
69 shot.
Yeah, I'm getting. Wait, it gets worse. They just sit there.
It's not like one's knocked out. You know what I mean? It's just,
That's what I'm saying. It's just god awful. Who watches these guys?
Dueling dives.
So here's what's going to happen.
Don? It looks like we've lost Don. He's screaming about something. We've got the new iPhone 16 Pro at Verizon. Folks, when they have picture-in-picture ads on a wrestling TV show, this just shows that they have no idea how to write the show and format it for television. Otherwise, they would go to a commercial and have a full-screen commercial. That's why they do this. Don't let them believe. Don't believe what they try to impress upon you. But they've sold so much advertising for this show that they have to do it this way. Squeeze all the ads in. They don't. It's all bullshit. And a lot of their ads are for Warner Brothers' owned properties. And one of the young bucks flips the bird to the crowd. That's fantastic. Fantastic. Stay classy, AEW. Stay classy. What is this? Hillshire Farms? Kielbasa commercials?
No.
What is this? I'll tell you what, if a Hot Pockets commercial comes when I'm throwing chairs around this house. Oh, it's happening. Angry Tom says, do you think Shane McMahon shows up tonight? No, I don't, Angry Tom. I don't think so. I think that's just that was an anomaly that those guys were talking. I don't think Shane McMahon shows up. They would say that for a pay-per-view, but they were smart. Well, wait a second. He's not smart, so this could be happening. Alan Thomas says, God bless you guys for watching this. Oh, well, thanks, Alan. I appreciate that. Challenger John, they should have a Denny's commercial advertising Grand Slams. I think they missed a golden opportunity for commercial synergy by having Denny's take over and have a Grand Slam commercial. And they have a Depends commercial right now. What's this? It went from Depends to Hidden Valley Ranch.
She went and pulled a goddamn Kaiser Soze on me.
Who's that? Mrs. Don?
This match interest that I have right now is just, there's nothing about what's happening in this ring right now that should hold anybody's interest at all.
Don, the commercials have been a cornucopia of garbage. Depends.
They literally
Kielbasa, PetSmart, Coronas, iPhones. It's just a cornucopia of shit.
They sat there in a 69 position and waited for them to do a wrestling move. Alan Thomas, thanks for watching. Thanks everybody for watching. I'm back. I had to walk away and make another drink because my blood alcohol content was running way too low to watch this shit.
You got to have it high for this, Don. I've learned that. To the chat, Skull. Almost couldn't get the bottle. I had that bottle of tequila in the freezer. I couldn't get the freaking top off of it.
I put my pants on to watch this.
Well, I'm glad you did.
I don't.
You were doing this whole show without pants?
No, I put them on to watch this shit.
Oh, okay. You didn't have a tarp down, did you? I've noticed one thing, Don. We're an hour into this show, no women's matches. You figure Mercedes Moné would show. Or Willow Nightingale. No Pillow, no Mercedes Moné. No Mariah May. No Toni Storm. Toni Storm's probably so traumatized by losing that title. She hasn't been on TV in a month. Isn't Britt Baker supposed to come back tonight for like a little promo?
I don't know if they're going to do that on Collision or what. Remember, you were talking about this. They're going to have
Oh, here we
A
go.
lot of
Mariah
this
May,
line-
Yuka Sakazaki, Suzuki, whatever.
Oh, you can.
Prince Nana's coming.
Thank God for that.
Prince Nana's coming to talk about Swerve Strickland.
Okay, we're back now. Had to take out your little drink, your little reload action here. This is
we've
sucking
been
my
back.
will to live.
We've
No,
been
I'm
back.
now. I'm
We've
trying to
been back.
reload here, pal. Okay.
You've been back, Don. You've been back for the last 2 minutes.
It just dawned on me I'm still watching the same shit.
Oh, it's the Young Bucks, pal. You know they're going to stretch this out. They waited for the 9 o'clock hour so they don't seem like they're.
Why did the ref just now wait like 4 seconds before he started counting? Jackson went to the ropes waiting on the count to start, and he waited forever.
God.
It's
The
just
referees
even the ref can't get this shit right.
The refs don't mean anything in this company. You know that. Got to figure out who's legal for a second pass.
I have no idea who the hell's legal. I've lost complete. It's a typical Bucks match, man. It just is.
Of course it is.
Now it's all going to completely devolve into bullshit. Yes, we're going to no-sell the Canadian Destroyer because that's what we do in this shitty company. That's what we do. And I'm not alone. Even James is like, damn it, the ref sucks.
Hidden blade. The hidden blade. Everybody's knocked out. The man who threw the hidden blade is knocked out.
Apparently, Beer Man says, watch it, Larry. My butthole comment got censored. Beer Man, you talking about buttholes surprises no one.
The man's train of thought automatically goes to the butthole.
It's always the butthole.
Always. That's a finishing move in GCW. The butthole.
They throw up a picture of Beer Man in a hat falling off of a lawnmower.
Have you
Their
seen?
go-to picture.
Have you heard about Zilla Fatu?
Yeah, the 7-foot guy, the big one.
No. That's Hikaleo. Zilla Fatu is another Fatu
Hikaleo.
cousin. Zilla Fatu is a cousin of Roman Reigns, who's been wrestling in GCW, not under contract, just doing one shots at GCW. Well, he upped his appearance fees on the Indies for $1,000 to $4,000. He's being called up very soon to WWE. He's going to get signed, and he was supposed to make an appearance for them this past weekend, and they canceled it because they're not going to pay him $4,000. So he's the bad guy right away. He's the bad guy.
We don't need more Usos. We just need better ones.
Yes. Here, Meltzer Driver. Meltzer Driver.
They don't call it that anymore, from what I understand.
Stuffed pile driver, they say. That's what they just said it was.
You know what I would call that for real?
What's that?
I'd call that your mom was here. Come on, that's a great name for a wrestling move. Your mom was here.
That is a good name. Good name for a wrestling move. Pablo, what are you doing?
BC Emulator says, who is the Andy Warhol dude?
Kyle Fletcher. I heard that.
See, BC, I honestly don't think I don't think Jacob Fatu got pushed too fast. I think Jacob Fatu just stands out because he's the guy that can wrestle. He's the guy.
Fatu is a all-around player.
I got problems.
High flyer, heavy hitter. He can do it all.
He can.
He can do it all. They probably were amazed by what he can do.
Yep, I would agree.
Another Corona commercial, Don.
Oh, no good.
What is this? Driving hands free. You have this commercial? She's
I
trying on
got
her
the
Skechers
penguin
shoes.
right now.
You got the what?
The penguin.
I got the penguin now too.
Are you going to watch that? Because I have no interest in that at all.
They say it's amazing. They say it's a great show. It's a cross between like a Batman show and The Sopranos.
Yeah, I believe that when I see it. And I won't see it
Well,
because I have no interest in it at all. I
they
just don't.
say
I'm sorry.
Colin Farrell's amazing as a penguin. Even people that hate comic book properties have loved the penguin.
Shit, Bottles. Hold on. I've hit the wrong button, buddy.
What'd you do? Now you did it.
There we go.
Don's out. He's done.
I'm back.
What happened to you? You have Will Ferrell on your TV screen right now?
Yes, I do.
How the money will fall.
Lord.
Old School was a great movie. I will say that. Talladega Nights, that was a good movie. You know, they're having Hangman Page and Jeff Jarrett on this show.
Are they?
Yes.
I actually had not heard that.
I think the Mariah May, Yuka Sakazaki match, Hangman Page, Jeff Jarrett, Moxley, Darby Allin. I think those three matches are rounding out the card.
I hope it's at least entertaining. This, I'm sorry, guys. This is just, I want to say something about this match, but it's driving me nuts. I think this whole thing sucks. This match has been a typical Bucks match. There's nothing that you're seeing in this match that you haven't seen these guys do 3,000 times in a previous match. There's nothing here to keep me entertained. There's nothing here to keep me interested. There's nothing here that makes me say, "Oh, I've never seen that before. That's innovative." It's the same shit with these guys every time they step in that ring.
Well, Don, in the words of the great Devon Dudley, "Oh, my brother, testify." Now we got another Hillshire Farms kielbasa commercial, which is the exact same thing as the last one. They really darkened that picture up so you can't see the empty seats.
And they kick out. You knew they would. Juan says, excuse me. Juan says, I never got why the Young Bucks are so highly rated with that crowd before AEW. I've never understood it myself. I don't get it now. I've been watching these guys now for half a decade, and I don't see the draw. I don't see the appeal.
They were nothing. They were nothing in the States. They were Generation Me in TNA. And then they went to Japan, and they joined they created the Bullet Club over in Japan. Well, they had a hand in it. And there was Balor and the Elite, these guys, the Young Bucks, and a couple Japanese guys made up the Bullet Club in Japan. That's where they made their name. I remember going to Hot Topic with my daughter, my youngest daughter, years ago, and Bullet Club shirts were all over Hot Topic. And that's how they did it. And they came and did the indies over in the United States, and they were big names because of the Bullet Club. New Japan Television. New Japan Wrestling was on TV back then, too. And you would see these guys. Cody Rhodes came over. And he was at
By the way,
Club.
Sorry, by the way, B Simulator, I don't think the YS6 were on the on Monday night. Yes, they were. They had a little segment, but it was one of those tape ones.
Yes.
And I agree, Grey Goose. The Young Bucks are grifters. They
Jim
got
Ross is in chat.
Dave Meltzer. They got a hold of Dave Meltzer, and it never stopped. It just never stopped.
Grey Goose 545. Jim Ross. He's in the chat. Grey Goose, stop commentating. You need to sit back, go into talent relations, replace Christopher Daniels.
Oh, they're using their own move against them. What are the chances they kick out Bottles? And they kick out. Of course they do. Because the Young Bucks are this day's version of LOD. The Road Warriors. Just ask them. Another double team move. Will they kick out? Yes, of course they will. Because what is Nick Jackson made out of? I'll tell you what he's made out of. Bullshit.
He's made out of ramen noodles.
Kyle Fletcher just missed whatever the hell move this is. What the hell move was that?
His kick to the stomach, it looked like. Right now, I'm at the point where Fletcher put him up on the top turnbuckle, and he's taking a suplex off.
He's not taking a suplex, you'll see.
Oh, a superplex pile drop. A brain buster in the top turnbuckle.
Omega Mark says he's made of a combined DNA of Undertaker, LOD, and the Ultimate Warrior. He can kick out of anything.
They wrestle like all those guys.
Tope Suicida! It's amazing. Here we go again. The Tope Suicida. It sounds cooler when I say it in Spanish. We're back with the screwdriver bit. Oh, my God.
Is he going up?
Here comes Fletcher. He's going to be tormented on if he should use it or not. Guaranteed.
If he used the screwdriver, he would be the biggest baby face as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, too late. Nope. Ocean Spray stops him. Oh, now Ocean Spray. Oh, we got a problem here. You can see where this is coming, and then he gets whacked with the belt, and that's the end. 1, 2, 3. Oh, he kicked out. All right. At least that's different.
Callis is pissed. Don, how would you change this company? What's the first 2 things you would do?
I'd hire a booker.
What's the second thing you would do?
I would make sure Tony Khan has no input on creative control in any form. That's what I would do. None.
Well, if you were the owner of the company.
This was horrible, Bottles. This whole match from start to finish was a hodgepodge of shittiness. There is no way to escape the suck factor that was the Young Bucks match. Everything about this makes me want to go outside and play in oncoming traffic. Everything.
They're selling a rift between Fletcher and Ospreay.
Beer Man has a brilliant idea. We had a time machine to put the Bucks against Brody and Hanson and see how that no selling shit goes.
They would be
That's
broken
a great
into.
idea.
Look at this garbage right here.
Oh, Renee Paquette, your girl's here.
Rocky Romero, if you don't know, is a guy who facilitated all those Japanese signings from New Japan Pro Wrestling to AEW because he was a talent relations guy in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So he had the idea of when all their contracts went up, he told Tony Khan what they were making and when the contract expired. That's how he got all these guys. So them boys.
Yes, Warrior, everybody
just
still
hit?
hates Chris as a new cartoon coming out.
Did I just hit that? I just hit that, didn't I?
Oh, I did.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, we still have this to go through?
That's Saturday. That's Collision.
Okay, thank God.
Yes, they're going to record that later tonight. They're trying to get them all fired up to stay for the matches. That's why they're doing this. When 10:30 rolls around and everyone's fed up and tired, they're going to bust out this match to drive people out of the arena.
This Saturday on Collision Grand Slam.
How bad does Shivani sound right now? He's no Gene
Ow.
Okerlund. What's that?
I can't.
You can't what?
I can't. I gotta
You're
look
getting
at something
the update?
else for a minute. This is driving me insane right now. As much as I want to enjoy it, it's just, when do you pull the plug on this, man, and say that's it? I can't subject myself mentally to this anymore.
A man just came out with a bag of coffee. Apparently, someone's name was on it, and he threw it in the crowd. Maybe he's selling it.
And he just threw the coffee in the crowd.
And now he's dancing.
Beer Man says, to go back to Diddy for a second, his lawyer said he has so much baby oil because he doesn't live near a Costco. Oh, he does live near a Costco and buys in bulk.
Yes, that's the sound theory. That's a good excuse.
So Prince Nada is here, but Swerve's not. I'm a little confused. This show's been bad, man. It's just bad.
It's been the shits. Don, how is this different from any other episode of AEW Dynamite?
We're watching it live. I expected more.
I'm looking for a little nugget of gold. I haven't found it yet.
Can you imagine if one of the wrestlers tried to take the mic out of Mean Gene's hands, how he would have acted?
He would have slapped him. Just a minute, pal.
I've got lawyers.
It's not clear to come back. What was that bald guy with the glasses in the front row? Who the hell was it? Oh, here we go. Look who's here. Look who's here, Don.
Yep.
And it's conspicuous by the who's not on the show tonight, Don?
Who's not on the show?
A man who's got a personal issue with this guy.
Do you think we're going to see Lashley debut here?
Yes. And I think that Chris Jericho's not on this show because he got dusted up a couple times by MVP.
Yes, he did.
So this just goes to show you, Tony Khan will sign whoever. He doesn't give a shit who you got a personal beef with. And if you're an employee.
Alan picked up while you were laying down. So did Grey Goose. Oh, shit.
This is one of the few AEW Dynamites that Chris Jericho's not booked for.
Samoa Joe. That's a name we haven't seen in a while. Where the hell is Samoa Joe?
He's filming Twisted Metal Season 2 for Peacock.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is.
Because that thing fell off a cliff. That thing was a piece of turd in the box.
Well, apparently they gave him a Season 2. So he's also doing some video game There's a series of video games called Yakuza, and he's got a voice role of a villain in that.
I am excited to play. Well, I knew there is a new video game coming out, but it's sort of like a Where's Waldo that I know he's doing a voiceover for. It's called Where's Diddy's Dildos? And you got to spot all the dildos in the picture.
Yes. And he's the voice of dildo number 256.
Yes.
Yes, of
You
course.
find that when he goes, oh! Oh, my gosh. Yes, BC. MVP is here.
What did they say the rumor is?
Did we just get a shucking and jiving reference?
Yes, you did.
Yes, we did.
Supposedly, it's going to be Lashley and Shelton Benjamin as the Hurt Business.
Oh, God. If they do, they will get sued. This could
not the
be
Hurt Business.
interesting.
No, not the Hurt Business. The Hurt. We just said it. Hurt Conglomerate. The Hurt Corporation.
No, he said, when you're ready, let's talk business.
Okay. All right, then. So maybe he wants Swerve to join the Hurt Business.
Maybe he does.
Look at these two goofs. How bad of a look is that?
It's horrible, man.
They could take the mask off of him, and he could be Joe Horowitz next week on league commentary, and nobody would bat an eye. And it would be better. Nobody bat an eye. It could be Taz and Dick Trickle on the
Dick Trickle.
It's the shits.
May he rest in peace. That poor guy.
Dick Trickle?
Yeah.
There was a real guy named Dick Trickle?
You're messing with me now. I almost said something else.
No.
He was a NASCAR driver.
I didn't know that. Really?
Yes.
My hand to God. I did not know that.
Dick Trickle so Dan Patrick would call the NASCAR
look.
Every
this
time.
Is a who's who of who had Diddy in their ass. You see that commercial?
I do.
That's a who's who of
really
who had the Diddy. Diddy, who's got the Diddy?
So here it is. Dick Trickle was a NASCAR driver, and this is
a nice segue from Diddy to Dick. Go ahead.
Yes. Dan Patrick on ESPN when he worked there would always say who won the race, right? Such and such won. Here's your top 5. By the way, Dick Trickle finished 27th. He would always put his name in there. He would put Dick Trickle's name in every one of them. Real driver, no shit. God, I'm trying to remember what number he drove. Was it 27 or 47? I can't remember.
I don't know, pal. I don't know. Travis Kelce. Look at this. The Kelce brothers.
Dude, I can't escape them right now. They're all over the place.
Have you seen the leaked copy of the contract that he's got with Taylor Swift?
I've heard about it. I don't know how real it is. Anybody
can Photoshop anything, pal.
Yeah.
You can make a PDF look like anything.
Don't know how real it is. Mattress Firm. That's what you need right there, buddy Rowe. Get you a Mattress Firm mattress.
I got one.
Do you?
I got an adjustable bed from Mattress Firm. Let me tell you something. When we moved down here, we got that bed. And that bed is just absolutely amazing. This is no commercial for Mattress Firm, although we would appreciate it.
We should be getting sponsored by them since you bought their product.
Yes, a Mattress Firm bed. You hit the zero gravity button. And I got a bed back from years of delivering Coca-Cola, 7-Up, and bread. Probably a good 30 years. No drugs, pal. Just what I have in the fridge. Just what I got in the pantry. And a good 30, 35 years of doing that shit. And my lower back, my knee, the hip, the whole 9 yards. I'm 65, so I'm all beat up from all that shit. And we got the zero gravity button with that adjustable bed, and it is sweet. I wake up in the morning, no back pain, no joint pain whatsoever.
You set yourself up for this.
What's that? Yeah, back from that tumble earlier tonight. What tumble did I take? What the hell? What tumble was that?
You're going to have to go back and listen to the show tomorrow. That's all I can tell you. We had a good time.
You son of a... I can't even take a squirt and get a drink without you guys poking fun. But I would expect...
If you were taking a squirt when this happened, you've got piss all over your wall. There's no way.
No, what I have right here is I've got a microphone plugged into the phone. My headset is plugged into the microphone. And on the other side of this thing, let me show you. Can you see that? There's the microphone.
Bring it
And
closer to you.
this is a center thing that folds out on my couch where I can, now I'm all effed up on my tripod here, where I can charge things up. I got power and all that stuff. And I got a dog sitting right over there on the other side. So when the dog jumps up, jumps down,
shit.
it makes a lot of noise. What's the matter?
Is Jack Perry still getting chased by the police?
Well, there's a serial killer down in Kentucky. They probably
No,
found him in
he's
New York
dead.
State. He's dead? Okay.
Yeah, they found his body in the woods.
That's good.
Again, I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. We appreciate you guys. We
Yes,
hope you're
we
having
do.
a good time because you guys are the best part of this show I'm watching tonight. Nothing about what I've seen today on this wrestling show has interested me in the slightest. Again, please like and subscribe. Give us a thumbs up. Hit the notifications, the ring-a-ling on the ding-a-ling if you don't mind.
Yes.
Oh, Bottles.
What is this? This is Yuka Sakazaki.
Well, Bottles has a new nickname.
What's that? Johnny, I've fallen. I can't get up. Bottles. I've fallen and I can't get up. Also, my former nickname was I'm having chest pain.
That guy says you've got a sore back from carrying our show.
Look at that, pal. God bless him. That guy. Who said that? Oh, that guy.
That guy. Well, right now I'm excited because we've got Life Alert on call. That could be our new sponsor. And we've got, you can. Why is she dressed like Aladdin?
Why is there anything on here?
I don't know.
Why is there anything happening here? Here she comes, Mariah May. When you order Tiffany Stratton on Wish.com, this is what you get. With smaller cans.
Now with smaller breasts.
Now with smaller cans. The Mariah May. Here we go. There you go. Started off good. There you go.
Yeah, don't just sit there. Here
She's
comes,
dressed-
yeah, man.
She's dressed like Sabu from ECW.
Dude, she's literally dressed like Aladdin.
She threw her into the apron and looked at the camera like, what am I going to do now? Here we go. Oh, that looked good. That looked like it hurt. That wasn't a 619. That looked like it was a probably a 308. A
That was
308.
a 3'8".
What the hell is going on in this show?
Bring out the Jergens and bring out the best.
This segment of AEW Dynamite is sponsored by Diddy Oil.
He called it a 304, Mark did. We're all the same point there.
Yes. We're
Larry
really right
says
along.
he's going to go do his taxes right now. So
That's a good use of your time, Larry, right now while this is.
I can't blame him at all. I do it.
Buddy, do what? Johnny Fingertips. There he
Anytime you get a chance to bust out Johnny Fingertips, you take it. You know what's more entertaining than this right now?
What's that? Play that again.
If you guys never seen this, just watch it again. This is what happens. AEW officially goes Mud Show back in.
Now
Gotta love it.
play the real Mud Show backyard. It's Hook!
Oh my God.
Was Hook driving that car?
He had to be, right?
That is the epitome of AEW. How far has Mariah May fallen? She is the shits in the ring.
My kid was screaming, "Oh, oh!"
They brought the horse out for this match. The horse is, she's finally on camera tonight. The horse.
Appreciate your support, brother.
Who was that?
Contreras, aka Sport Entertainment Guy.
I'm trying to see it. I can't scroll. I'm on my phone. The phone
It's
is
up
sideways. I'm looking right now. I can't read it because
shout out to everyone in the chat, including the Square Circle Maniac. Keep up the good work and on the channel. Appreciate the shout out from South Bronx.
South Bronx. Throw it up. Throw the signs up at the South Bronx. I don't know what they are, but I'll throw it.
Mark says Rikishi was driving.
Rikishi was driving.
I did it for The Rock.
I did it for The Rock, brother. I told him to leave. I told Jay to leave. They can't book you right, brother. He's a guy who told his son to leave the WWE.
Yes.
Because they weren't booking him right. Now he's the IC champ. Come on, man.
And we don't know why.
He's a man who can't fit into a pair of jeans. Rikishi.
Oh, we got a little funky move going on here with the genie in a bottle. I'm a genie in the bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. If you didn't think you were going to get a Christina Aguilera segment tonight, you were wrong. You were wrong.
Don, you're a cornucopia of popular music.
I try my best, pal.
And I don't know what to do about that. I just let it flow, Don. Just let it flow.
You did that earlier and fell in the bathroom and pissed on the wall.
No. I maintain my aim, pal. I was pulling the butterscotch urination, pal. Where you sit on the toilet. You sit on the toilet facing the tank and you take a piss.
That dog is soaked right now.
That dog is No, actually, they're all okay right now. They're like laying around the house.
Yes, Larry, I was singing Roxette today on Twitter. I went all the way back there.
Speaking of dogs, look at these two assholes. Can you see them?
Yeah, I see them. You got
They're head to head. Young love. Yes, the dogs are having a romantic relationship. The big one's female, the little one's a male. I guess.
What is the horse doing? What is the horse doing?
What horse?
Really?
She's trying to get over. Is what she's trying to do.
Yeah,
she's right there. Look at her. She's right there. She's trying to get herself over. She's got to be on camera all the time. Are you new to AEW? Is this your first time watching this show? Let me tell you about it.
Why are you that way sometimes?
There's a lot of hair dye.
Larry.
There's a lot of braids. Oh, what did I hit the wrong button? What do you say? I'm way behind on these comments.
You're
Your dog's dead. Oh my God, Johnny. What's that? Yeah, I see you got some dogs.
Look, pal, if you want to be with me, you got to rub me the right way.
That's what I hear.
Mercedes Moné, by the way, has not stayed out of the news. She is still on her entire ego trip. It's not stopped. What a girl wants, what a girl needs.
I'll tell you what, if you want to hear a great version of Genie in a Bottle.
Oh, yeah, really? Or are you going to bullshit right now?
I'm going to tell you. Look up on YouTube A Stroke of Genius by Freelance Hellraiser.
Okay. Are your dogs done 69 in there?
They weren't 69, they were
It's
back
a
to back. They
model.
were,
Sell it. Sell it. Kayfabe, pal.
they look like the Young Bucks right there on the floor of the living room. I was highly disillusioned. They built up a feud with this Japanese girl, and it's over in a week. Just over in a week. And here we go. Who's coming out now? Whoop, Pillow
You know who's
Nightingale.
coming out now. No, you
Pillow-
know who's coming out now.
Pillow Nightingale's out.
Also known as Mama Cass.
Baba Cass. Tony said that Yuka and Nightingale are very good friends, well known backstage. What? And who is this now?
I don't know, but it's her friend. James Murphy had to
Look,
donate
it's-
since we are all suffering through this together.
It's
Thank
Tits
you for the
McGee.
super chat,
Look,
bud.
Tits McGee is here, pal.
I told you Tits McGee would show up.
She's back.
Yes.
Now you're going to have Yuka Sakazaki and Will Pillow Nightingale versus Tits McGee and Mariah May. You're going to have that next week on AEW Dynamite.
What is happening here?
The referee will be Missy Beefcake.
Oh, God, with the olive loaves.
Olive loaf for a pole match. And now you've got Moxley and Darby Allin up next. They're going to stretch this out for a good half hour.
By the way, James Murphy has an awesome profile pic, and you're not looking. Respect the profile pic, pal.
Pal, I can't see it, pal.
I can look at you.
Can't see it, pal. I got my phone dimmed. Let me brighten the phone up.
He said he had to donate since we are all suffering through this together, and we do appreciate your super chat for real. Thank you so much.
Yeah. There we go. Thanks, James. I appreciate that. We all appreciate that. We appreciate everybody in the chat. We appreciate everybody
Oh,
subscribe.
absolutely.
And keep on subscribing, people. All newcomers.
He
Post a
said,
little
"Thank
subscription
you.
out there.
My child and I having some fun. You got to love it, pal. I mean,
Your child's
love
listening to this show?
no, he's not listening to this shit.
I'm calling social services.
If you want to be with me.
Can we get a drive-by to the Murphy household? Yes. He's watching an illegal YouTube stream.
I'm calling 411.
Squared Circle Maniacs he's watching. What? You heard of those guys?
We might be on the watch list, pal.
What's that? I'm sorry. Okay.
James said he wouldn't dare put his daughter through watching this show, meaning the AEW show.
Time for another beer, pal. It's a commercial.
All right, you go do that. I'm going to talk to the fans of the show. We're going to see if Johnny Bottles can make it to the kitchen and back without falling this time. It's a fun game. I got $3 saying he makes it this time. Do I have any takers? I got $3 on him making it back. Anybody going to take me up on the $3 bet that he doesn't fall this time? I don't think he's going to fall this time. You cooked this live. There you go, Larry. You happy? Pantera, by the way, is one of my favorite all-time bands, but I can't see them now. Nobody's taking the bet, really. Come on, man. Daddy needs a new pair of shoes. And for $3, I can get some flip-flops at the local dollar store. I can't deal with this right now. I'll take $3 in this nickels anytime. The Huskies are done 69 and Mark. They have figured out life. Growing pains. Larry, you're going back in the day now, son. I can't remember their theme song, though. The one theme song that I will remember for life is "Thank You for Being a Friend. Travel down the road and back again. The heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant." And if you threw a party, John Moxley's coming on my screen. This is the worst shit ever. Hey, I see out there, sports entertainment guy. We talked about the that a little bit earlier. We're going to talk about it again, I'm sure, next week, because Bottles is going to sit down and watch the whole thing, and I am too. So be sure to turn in when we should have the next show. The McMahon thing just came out. We are going to watch it.
What's that?
The Vince McMahon documentary. I was telling you haven't watched it in full yet. I'm going to watch the whole thing.
I don't know. I don't know if I want to watch it.
You're going to watch it. Or I
don't even want to watch this. Why do you make me watch all this shit? All this shit I got to watch.
I don't get this.
Somebody asked me on Twitter, you watch GCW? I said, why would I want to watch that? He's spitting water like he's a tough guy.
Beer, man, what is wrong with you? Oh my.
The Golden Girls is spank material. Well, that Rue McClanahan was kind of hot.
Mark K, she really is discount China. She is discount China from Temu. That's what she is.
She's terrible. She can't even wrestle a match.
You want to know what the worst part about it is?
That we're watching this?
I don't know her.
Oh, I don't know her either.
I mean, I think I know her, but I don't know her.
Full Gear's coming up, Don. Are you excited about
this? I guess this is the main event, right? Like, this is the end of our misery coming up here.
I thought there was going to be a Hangman Page Jeff Jarrett match. That's what I thought, but that's probably Collision 2.
There's a second one?
What?
You said Collision 2. There's a second one?
No. God, no. Well, of course they would have it. Tony would have that because Collision 1 couldn't suck enough.
Why?
Let's do another episode.
Why do they say John Moxley's name like this every time?
What do you mean?
John! Seriously, man. It's just annoying.
That ring announcer is the worst.
He sucks, right?
Dirt worst. He got fired from the WWE because he sucks.
See, Grey Goose got it, Johnny, and you didn't. You
Jim
don't
Ross?
know me.
Jim Ross is like he's on commentary. Why is he in our chat?
Block Larry said the Straw Hat Gang.
The Straw Hat Gang.
Wait, it gets better. Challenger John said Collision 2 Cocaine Book.
God damn it.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh,
what the hell? Now I got to go smoke some medicine.
Oh, my God. I gotta
cocaine. Collision 2 Cocaine Boogaloo. That comment will live in infamy.
Holy shit. Oh, God, I'm crying. Oh, my God. For those of you in the chat that are too young to understand, we referenced this, I want to say, a couple of months ago. That's a good callback. But back in the 80s, breakdancing movies were a thing. Like, they were everywhere. And the biggest one was Electric Boogaloo. Now, Electric Boogaloo, it was Breakin'. Sorry, Breakin'. Breakin' was not a big hit. It was Breakin' 2 Electric Boogaloo that
which was the big hit.
Everything, which was the huge hit.
Yes. Break dancing was a huge thing back in the 80s.
It was. Humble, welcome. Where you been? The real question is, where is the AEW TV deal?
That's a
We're
good
all
question.
waiting.
You know, while we're here, talk Humble 85. Are you known as Humble Wrestling on Twitter?
I don't think she is.
You don't think so?
I
I
don't think
just
that's
figure I'd ask.
BC says break into remember Beat Street. Yes, I do. Humble says we've been waiting 100 years on this deal. She
100
says no,
years.
that's not her on Twitter.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you, Humble.
Alan says he just learned that Van Dam was in Breaking 2. Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
What? Wait. Jean-Claude Van Damme?
Yeah, he's in Breaking 2.
Okay. I thought maybe it was a Rob Van Dam.
BC, I don't remember if the Fat Boys were in Breaking or not. I can't remember that. But yes, I do remember the Fat Boys in Disorderlies. The Fat Boys are back. Yo, and we can never be whacked.
They had that big hit, Don. Wipeout.
Yes.
Darby Allin now has blood on his ass, on his Daisy Dukes.
He does. It's that time of the month, pal.
Why can't they tell this guy? Wait, hang on a second, Don. Where are the big shoes? He's not wearing the big shoes, Don.
Sports entertainment only is. You didn't know, Johnny? He's even shocked on that.
Didn't know what?
The Ashen Chevalier says the TV deal is in the lost city of Atlantis.
Yes, you have to go to the Southern California coast. And
It's
dive off of that.
Californication.
Of course.
How is Darby bleeding this bad already?
And out of his ass. He's leveling the playing field in his colon. Look at that.
Was
There
P.
you go.
Diddy involved in this and we missed it?
Something's happening. I'm not sure.
Oh, that was a good little move.
I'm looking for a run-in by Mace.
BC Emulator, I did not see the sign in the front row. What did it say? Thank you again so much, Ashton, for the $2 super chat.
Does it say hashtag SCN? Probably not.
Mark says he ate Taco Bell.
I think she could take him.
I'm not going to let you hurt my buddy.
Beat him up. So he had internal bleeding, spitting up blood, and he's going this far in the match. What is that guy doing to Boston? Is he counting his teeth?
BC, you got to tell us what the sign says, buddy. I got too much shit going on here. See if I can find it.
What's the sign?
I think it says you don't know me. She's a hell of a judoka. What the hell is a judoka? Yes, Moxley. Yeah, Moxley walking around feeling it like he's a badass.
This is just, you know what
you
Don?
thought it would be. It's what you thought it would be.
Don, this is like a prostate exam. This is just terrible.
No, I don't think they're that bad.
Hey, they're not that bad. No, only unless the doctor's got both hands on your shoulders.
I went to the prostate doctor. He said, I'm going to let you watch some AEW. Could you just fist me instead?
What are you, Rodney Dangerfield now?
Hey, that's what I'm doing here. My favorite Rodney Dangerfield joke ever was, I was sleeping in the house the other night. It was on fire. I heard the wife sticking out with the kids. Hey, be quiet. You'll wake up daddy.
Dude, that guy, if you just look up all those clips of him on the Tonight Show on YouTube, they were all on YouTube. It's you could piss yourself laughing. It's incredible. Just make yourself a nice alcoholic drink, maybe 2. What's that say, Mark? How many fingers in your anus, Bottles? What?
you mentioned the butt doctor.
It's just one, but just one. It's a very fat one.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how
I
many
would
fingers can I get up there before you want to watch AEW?
I would. I want to watch AEW. I'd say. I would say if you go 3.
Wait! Before you answer, P
Yes.
Diddy has entered the chat.
If you go 3, I'd say okay, I'm done. And then
There it
whoever's doing it would say, I'm not done yet.
Block Larry just hit us with a good one.
What's that say?
My wife loves to talk after sex. I know, because she calls me from the hotel every time.
Every time.
If you did not know Rodney Dangerfield, boys and girls, he is one of the funniest one-line joke guys to ever live. And Johnny Carson absolutely loved having him on the show.
I walked into a bar. I asked the bartender. The bartender asked me, what do you have? And I said, I don't know, surprise me. You showed me a new picture of my wife. He says, Las Vegas is a great town. It's a great town. My wife sent me to the supermarket for a gallon of milk. They got slot machines everywhere. I paid her $250 for a gallon of milk.
He was the absolute best.
Yeah. Easy Money. What a movie. Caddyshack. What a movie.
The other one,
Take it easy, Wang. Stop taking pictures. It's only a parking lot.
Sports entertainment guy just reminded me of another joke he said. I got called for my wife got kidnapped. They called me. They said, we'll give you back for $200. I said, well, how much can I give you a keeper? Yes, Larry the Triple Lindy. It will live in infamy. Back to school.
Everybody's into astrology now. Everybody's into astrology. All the women I meet at parties, they're all into astrology. He says, John, you know, the women I meet, they ask me, what's your sign? What's your sign? What's your sign? All the women that I meet, they ask me, what's your sign? What's your sign? The women that I meet, they're under the sign for rent.
BC says the sign says bully face Ligero heel, whatever the hell that means.
That's a type of shoe that Darby Allin wears to make himself look taller. The bully face Ligero heel.
I thought it was known as the Monster shoe.
The Herman Munster special.
The Herman Munster special, yes.
If you want to see a great episode of The Tonight Show with Rodney Dangerfield, there's a clip on YouTube, and it's not a whole show. It's like 18 minutes. It's Rodney doing his act. He goes over and sits on the couch with Johnny. He does another 10 minutes of his act with Johnny, and Dom DeLuise is sitting next to him. And Dom DeLuise is virtually pissing himself, laughing at Rodney Dangerfield.
Dude, Dom DeLuise was just a treasure from God. I'm convinced.
Dom DeLuise, he died a hard death, pal.
Yes, he did. I know.
You know what he died from?
It was all kinds of stuff, wasn't it?
No.
It wasn't just one simple thing. I thought it was something horrible.
It was one simple thing that was horrible.
What was it?
Penile cancer.
Oh, my God.
That's what he died from. Penile cancer. Cancer of the penis. Captain Chaos, yes, died of cancer of the penis.
All right, let's get back to, well, you know what? You're saying all this, and I guess we're talking about that death.
We're talking happy talk, Don, compared to what we're watching. We're talking happy talk. We're talking about the good things, Don. The good things. If you got to talk about the good things, Don.
Remember the good times, boys and girls.
Because the bad things are on TV right now.
They really
Nobody wants to see any of this. Nobody in their right mind wants to see any of this.
Why did John Moxley steal Jolly Green Giant's trousers to come have this match?
I'm looking to see if Darby Allin's knocked out right now.
He's not. Seriously, though. He's literally wearing the Jolly Green Giant's trousers.
I think he's wearing Darby Allin's old boots.
He is. I noticed that as well. He's got a good 2-inch lift in those bad boys.
I can't believe Darby is not wearing those Frankenstein shoes.
James said his daughter looked up from doing homework, saw this, and said, "Why is that guy Moxley throwing fake punches?"
Your daughter is a connoisseur of true professional wrestling.
Don Bottles, do you guys think Moxley is the next one to get the hair plugs? No. I
Nope.
think he's just got to do a better job of shaving his head, to be quite honest.
He wouldn't have shaved his
He's
head
just
if he wanted
lazy
hair
about it.
plugs. Yeah.
He's just lazy about it. This looks terrible.
This is the worst.
They saved the best for last of the worst. Yes, slap the shit out of him and make him take that huge tumble.
Do you think Moxley pulled strings backstage to have JR come out and do the commentary?
Guarantee it. Guarantee it. The Dirt Stranglers have appeared. It is this match. They can get out of here in 3
What's she
minutes
doing?
and call it a
What is
night.
she doing? Rip the mat up. There you go. You're going to pound this kid right on the concrete.
I just don't know what
Pull more of it back. That's it. Throw it in the crowd. Do whatever you got to do.
Look at her
Nobody's
streak. JR just said, look at her streak. She lifted a 3-pound mat.
Where is the referee? County.
He's
not
these are
counting.
questions we have
He's
to
not
ask.
counting. He's not counting at all. It's Rick Knox. He's not.
He's
counting.
just sitting there like an asshole.
Is this no holds barred? Is this like hardcore?
I don't know. I didn't hear about the rules before it started.
That had to have hurt his hamstring.
Oh, he's going to go to the top rope and do some stupid shit. Guarantee it.
Moxley's hurt.
Guarantee it.
I bet you Moxley's hurt legit. They're still plastic mats. They're not. It's not concrete, but it probably didn't feel.
Yeah, it's those rubber mats that you put together.
But didn't feel good.
No, I'm sure it didn't feel
Now I'm sure that dropped on the galvanized steel didn't feel good either.
Yeah.
How long do we have before we hear it's Sting?
Oh my God. Oh, now we're going to count. Now this asshole's counting. This
is just the shits, dude. This is just terrible. I had hopes. This is terrible.
I got high hopes. And
It's
then this
fantastic.
asshole came along. And this chick, she's got a dong.
She might.
He doesn't. It was a joke.
I've got to wait and see if there's a close-up of her. If you got somebody down on their, flat on their stomach, why are you just standing there?
Mark says he's got the whole world in his hands.
Yes. Yes, he does. Why would you just try to pin this kid?
BC, I agree with you. I can't go wrong there, pal.
What, with Shafir?
Yeah.
If you say so.
Oh, we're yelling
is
now.
this?
We're yelling.
What
Here we
is
go.
this?
Yeah. Now I'm
What
going
is
to
this?
slap you like a bitch.
Almost. Coffin drop. Now he's getting in position. Now he can't get up there. And here you go. That's it. This is it. Choke down. He's going to choke him out. He's going to choke him out, or they're going to have coitus. They're having coitus right there in the middle of the ring.
It's a body lock, he says.
It's
Taz
a
is
body
serious
lock.
about this hold. It's
That's
a
the-
body lock.
It's called the Patterson. He's got Darby in the Patterson.
You want some candy, little boy?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
First one to get to
Why?
that. First one to
Why
get that
is-
row of 20s. I got strapped on my leg.
Why is Darby still spinning, by the way? The blood capsule's over. He's still spinning like it's there. Oh, the ropes count now. So the ropes count.
Oh, there's rules now. There's rules now.
I guess there's rules. So her moving to all the shit, her getting involved. Mark says he's got rabies.
He does.
I don't know what you're doing over there.
I don't know what I'm doing either. I'm just holding this
You look
camera.
sad.
This is just the shits.
You look so sad.
This is just the shits. It's horrible. I'd rather watch the Woodworking Channel than watch this for another minute. But I'm doing what I got to do.
Scud is still
Scud did a
there.
run in. Scud did a run in.
He's drooling.
He's in. Scud's in. Scud's in the check.
Oh my God.
This is horrible. I can't believe what we're seeing. And JR acts like this is that's it. So Moxley has the shot. JR acts like that was Mankind going off the cage.
And they got out of here just after 10 o'clock.
What do you got on your time? 10:04?
10:02.
10:02. Yes. All right, I'm throwing this out there right now because the show's over. I'm throwing this out there right now down to the chat. What do you think the rating is going to be for tomorrow?
7:30.
No, it's 10:02, Don.
No, 7:30 is going to be the rating.
Hell no.
I honestly believe it is.
No. Who's this? Danielson's coming in.
And here comes Marina Shafir.
Would you say Rita Shafir?
Whatever her name is. Marina, Sharita, Colorita, Margarita.
Sharita Shafir. Look, they're all there trying to pull Danielson off. Here we go. And they're trying to get
just beat his ass.
Who's this now? It's R-Truth.
The hell is R-Truth doing here?
It's Private Party.
No, I know
Commander. It's Commander. It's a Private Party. It's the Jobber Parade is out here right now, trying to save Bryan Danielson.
And Marina Shafir is still kicking the shit out of grown men.
And there's no explanation for any of this.
Beer Man said that the ratings will be less than the number of bottles of baby oil in Diddy's house.
Less than 1,000.
Looking for my way out.
They got Alex Abrahantes out there, the Hispanic manager for all the Hispanic talent. They bleeped him out because he said something foul. Bryan Danielson.
He said, I'm going to whip your effing A.
John Moxley looks like a retarded version of George Amble's.
What would you say that out loud?
I'm just saying it. Mine?
I hope. No, here's what's going to happen now.
What's going to happen? Wrestle Dream. There you go. October 12th. Wrestle Dream. Danielson versus Moxley. A battle of the R. Kelly hair versus the no hair.
Well, I hear it's the final countdown.
It's the final countdown.
Can we all agree, by the way, that that song sucks ass?
I actually like it.
I can look at you. I can look at you.
You know, Don, you are hateful, man.
I'm not the one listening to this bullshit. I'm listening to quality like Christina Aguilera.
Yes, I'm a genie in a bottle. Rub me the right way.
I can look at you. You'd like to.
What's that?
What?
I'm rubbing myself the right way right now.
What'd you say, Pat Patterson?
I'm in the Patterson lock right now.
Oh, my God, that's over. It is done with. Let's have a little quick discussion, Bottles, if you don't mind.
Well, let's do it.
I want to thank everybody for joining tonight. Seriously, that was fun. I hope you guys had a good time.
We're not done yet, Don. We're talking all night.
No, we're not talking all night.
Well, there's no show for the rest of the week, so let's just keep going. Oh, Serena D versus Britt Baker on Saturday. Who can miss that?
Everybody and their mother, if they got any sense.
I was going to say, everybody in their right mind, but you beat me to.
This was one of the worst, and I do mean this in the most honest way I can say this. One of the worst damn episodes of shit for their pay-per-view cable show that they've ever put on the air. It was trash from the opening match. I know Bryan Danielson has his fans. This was not a good night for him. It wasn't fun. It wasn't entertaining, and it didn't look like it mattered, to be quite honest.
Look, the thing is, Tony Khan even said there's no such thing as, how did he put it? There's no such thing as long-term booking. There's only week-to-week booking. Yes, he did say that. And someone leaked that out. Somebody in his inner circle did leak that out. So, with that being said, that gives you his mindset. He's trying to pop ratings. That's why he put Danielson and McGuinness on first.
Out the gate to think it would draw a number.
And you saw how he treated Nigel McGuinness. There was no build for this. The guy who he's feuding with was off the show for almost a month. And Nigel McGuinness did his best in promos and backstage and Twitter type videos and shit to try to promote this show and try to say that, try to get this feud going. And there was no excitement for this whatsoever. Nothing. There was nothing about this show that made you want to keep on watching it, except for unless you do a wrestling podcast, which is seen by barely 1,000 people, which you imbue yourself with a lot of alcoholic beverages and weed and rant and rave like we do, and have pop culture references and sing shitty songs from the 90s like we do. So we're their target audience, Don.
Look, I'm going to be honest. If it wasn't for you, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat, I don't know that I could have gotten through this. I appreciate all of you. This was the worst show they've done of this particular show ever. It's getting worse. It's not getting better. I was hoping to see at least one show that made me go, this is why you like AEW. This is why AEW presents a desirable product. The problem is, at the end of the day, when we just watched all of this, and we watched all of this for 2 hours, none of it was desirable. The best part of the show, like Mike just said, is that we got MVP. That was the biggest shock of the show and the most desirable moment. That was something different that we didn't think we'd get.
You've got to have surprises. You've got to have surprises in these things. You really do. People want to be shocked. They want to be surprised. They want some intrigue, something to bring you back next week. Now, the MVP thing may bring people back next week. It may not.
Look, that's hold
I
on.
like to see the
Before you
quarter
continue,
hours. The quarter hours would be amazing to see if MVP.
I want you to continue that thought, but here's my question. Are you not intrigued at least by that segment of the show? Because I was. That segment of the show said, okay, what is this going on there? By the way, Black Larry says we are no longer a wrestling channel. We're a support group.
You know what? Black Larry may have his fingers on the pulse of this channel.
Mark K also says he has one question. Why did Mox attack Daniels? Why? This is the question we've all been asking for the past several weeks, or at least Bottles and I have been asking. We've said it openly on this show. It doesn't make any sense. He keeps saying diplomacy has failed. What the hell does that mean in the scheme of things?
Don, look. The owner of the company got pile driven. Sherry, hit the switch. The owner of the company was pile driven by the Young Bucks and Jack Perry and beaten up on TV.
Yes, he was.
He never came back to say, hey, listen, I'm taking back over this company. You guys aren't shit. I'm taking over. This is my company. We paid for this. You should have a fiery promo 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month later about what went on and took back his company, put a team of guys together of his employees to beat the shit out of the Young Bucks and Jack Perry and Okada and all those guys. He never did it. Never did it. It just it was a fart in the wind is what it was.
One thing real quick so that we're all clear.
How was Ed O'Neill banging Sofia Vergara in Modern Family? That's what I like.
My windows are not fake.
They're not fake. There's no green screen behind them. His wife hits a switch and turns the lights on and off outside.
Pablo just put up a comment I would like for you to read since you want to read comments.
That last match was like watching a laid-off plumber. Christ.
Bottles.
Oh my God. That was oh my God. That was a comment of comments.
I'm going to go ahead and say this now. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight. I want to thank you all for tuning in, subscribing, and liking the show. Hit that notifications button. And I know one guy in my lifetime that was never going to be a plumber. Do you know what I'm talking about?
That guy?
That guy.
Till next week, Gordon Soley saying so long from the Sunshine State.